Dolphins still looking for their first win. They take on a much improved Browns team from Cleveland here today. And welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. Ian Eagle along with Solomon Wilcots. It was a frightening scene last week in Houston. Trent Green, the veteran quarterback, took a knee to the helmet, suffered his second major concussion over the last 13 months. Green did make the trip here today with his teammates. He will be reevaluated tomorrow, but he's inactive today. His future as a player is up in the air. So the keys to the offense, Solomon, for Miami, handed over to Cleo Lemon.
Yeah, Cleo Lemon will get his second career start here today. Have to go back to the season finale last year. In his first career start, what we did see was a strong arm, a very quick release. He has the mobility to break down the defense. He has experience in this offense that he hopes will serve him well here today.
Well, we sat down with a former San Diego Charger, and he told us he is ready for his close-up.
I think it helped me out a lot, to see guys prepare like Doug Flutie and Drew Brees, true professionals, and it kind of helped me out in a way, and it kind of gave me a roadmap. So, I kind of followed those guys and kind of, I was like a sponge, soaked all that knowledge up that I could, and, hopefully it will help me out.
Well, if you want to take some pressure off Cleo Lemon, just get the ball in the hands of Ronnie Brown. He's been on fire as of the last 3 ball games. Second player in team history to post 100 yards rushing in 3 consecutive games. His ability to run it and catch it, boy, it makes him a weapon in the Dolphins offense.
And that ability has put him at the top of the leaderboard among total yards from scrimmage in the NFL. Ronnie Brown right now is probably the closest thing to LaDainian Tomlinson, maybe even closer than LT himself, and it leads to our Solomon film review for this week, and specifically coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, you have to be able to defend the screenplay. If Ronnie Brown comes out of the backfield, you better be ready. I think the key is to read the 3 interior offensive linemen. If Ronnie Brown runs across the formation, you know it's a screenplay, and you better come screaming very quickly if you're the Cleveland Browns linebackers. This is a play they're going to see today, and so if Ronnie Brown runs across the formation, you know it's a screenplay. Their ability to read, react, and recover have to be able to tackle Ronnie Brown. You allow him to get to the second level, he'll gash your secondary.
Well, the Cleveland Browns have their bye week coming up. This is a golden opportunity for Romeo Crennel's team to get to the 500 mark, start feeling good about themselves as they take a break from the field. They're going to have to do it, though, today without their leading running back, Jamal Lewis, who's out with an injured foot.
Yeah, and playing in his stead will be Jason Wright. Jason Wright is a guy that gives you a little bit of a different flavor. His quickness and speed on the edge is where he wants to attack. He's not a guy that's going to run in between the tackles, but if he can get to the edge, he has the speed to take it to the house.
And right now, there's no quarterback controversy here in Cleveland for now. Derek Anderson, of course, the rookie out of Notre Dame, Brady Quinn. Why Anderson over Quinn at this moment?
I can give you 3 reasons why the Browns have chosen Derek Anderson over Brady Quinn. One is his accuracy and arm strength. He really has earned the respect of his coaches and teammates here with the Cleveland Browns. And then he has a ready-made chemistry with the weapons. Braylon Edwards, Kellen Winslow, Joe Jaravicious knows how to get them the ball. And then his experience has led to production. Go back to week 2. 5 touchdown passes against the Cincinnati Bengals.
And he's getting excellent protection from the offensive line, especially on that left side. The changes that Cleveland made, Eric Steinbach from Cincinnati, Joe Thomas, the first-round pick from Wisconsin, both doing tremendous work on that left side of the line. Right now, let's take a look at today's game points.
Well, I think the Browns need early points to protect the run defense, and then Cleo cannot be a limit. He's got to go out and make some plays, and then Ronnie Brown, he has to get it done. He'll spell victory or demise for either team based off his production.
We've got all the action coming up from Cleveland. The Browns hosting the Miami Dolphins. This is the NFL on CBS. We welcome you to Northeastern Ohio, live from Cleveland. The Browns hosting the Miami Dolphins here on CBS. Cam Cameron still looking for his first win as an NFL head coach. Romeo Crennel's team, 2-3. They can hit the 500 mark with a win today. The kickoff is next.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
A crisp Sunday afternoon in Cleveland, mostly sunny skies throughout the day as the Browns take on the Dolphins. Cleveland coming off a 34-17 loss in New England. The Dolphins a 22-19 loss in Houston. A last-second field goal from Chris Brown gave the Texans the win. Cleveland will receive as they've won the toss. Jay Feely will kick it off. One of the most dangerous return men in the NFL. Josh Cribbs, currently 4th in the league in kickoff return average and the all-time franchise leader in kickoff return yards in Browns history. Miami 0-5. Browns are 2-3. We're underway. Here's Cribbs. Trying to get to the outside. Cribbs finds a lane. Josh Cribbs, he is a threat every time he touches the football. Some pushing and shoving after the play, and the flags come out. The kicker, Feely, was in there as they're able to separate the scrum. DeQuell Jackson also over there for Cleveland. Just 6 seconds elapsed. Larry Nemmers.
After the runner was out of bounds, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on number 3 of the kicking team. We're going to add 15 yards to the end of the play. First down.
Well, that's not how you put an end to a winless streak.
Well, Jay Feely is who they call, but watch it. Joshua Cribbs, one of the best in the league at returning kicks. Now, I don't know if it was on Feely. It looked like someone else tackled Cribbs way out of bounds. And it wasn't Feely. No,
Patrick Cobbs was the second tackler. And you're right, he was the one responsible out along the sideline. So look where Cleveland opens up. 3 receivers set on a 1st and 10. From the Miami 45. Here's Anderson to throw on the quick slant. Edwards can't hold it. A drop to open this day from scrimmage. Academic All-American out of Northwestern, now in his 3rd NFL season. And right, he is swarmed as he tried to get to the outside. Matt Roth and Joey Porter over there, no gain. Take a look at the Miami defense. Vonnie Holliday is out. Roderick Wright gets the start at defensive tackle. Crowder is back after missing last week's game with a sprained left ankle, and Donovan Darius returns as well after missing the Houston game with a calf injury. So despite the great field position, Browns find themselves in a 3rd and 11. First possession of the day. Anderson working out of the shotgun. Plenty of protection. Finds Edwards, and a first down inside the 30 for Cleveland.
This is exactly what Braylon Edwards told us yesterday when we talked to him. He said, in this offense with Rob Chizzinski, I get to run routes. This is the bang 6. It's that square in route where he's working the underneath coverage, coming right across the middle. And what a strike from Derek Anderson. One of the things they like about Anderson is his accuracy and ability to get the ball to the weapons. Excellent route running that time from Braylon Edwards.
Edwards telling us Chizzinski is letting them take advantage of individual matchups. Hand off to Wright. And not much there. 3-yard gain for Jason Wright. Channing Crowder makes the stop for Miami. Let's talk a little bit more about Wright, what he brings to this offense as opposed to Jamal Lewis. Normally he's been the change of pace back.
Yeah, and what that gives you is the ability to get the ball to the edge, get it around the corner, and get to the second level. He has an excellent burst in terms of the speed and quickness. For a smaller guy, though, has to hold on to the football and can't wear down over the course of a 4-quarter football game.
He was a member of Atlanta's practice squad in 2004 and Cleveland's practice squad in 05. Anderson, timing pattern. Joe Juravicius, flag down. the former Brown, Michael Lehan, in coverage.
Well, we knew they would go after Michael Lehan. Used to play for this team here in Cleveland, so they're well aware of his abilities going against them every day in practice. Now they're taking shots.
Defensive pass interference in the end zone, number 22 with an arm grab. It'll be first and goal from the 1-yard line.
Lehan was mostly a special teams performer for this Browns team.
Now, give a lot of credit to Joe Jaravicius, the veteran. See, he stacks the defensive back. What that means, he gets back inside, tries to get on top and work his way back to the ball. And so Lehan has no other choice but to use that arm bar to keep Jaravicius from fighting his way back to the ball.
First and goal from the 1. 3 tight ends in there for Cleveland. On a handoff, right, second effort, he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Miami has to be sorely disappointed. They had the Browns right where they want. As you see, an official is down on the play. They had them where they wanted on 3rd and 11 and let them convert the 3rd down play.
That is the umpire, Undre Wash.
Let's see what happened. They actually had this play stopped in the backfield. Channing Crowder can't secure the tackle. Let's see where the official, how he gets caught up in the mix. Can't quite see it there. Somehow, some way.
Right there.
Right there. Caught in the celebration.
The play was over.
They're checking out. Looked like his right leg.
Well, step aside. Cleveland with a 6-0 lead. Extra point pending. Cleveland Browns get on the board first. 12:46 mark of this first quarter. Touchdown from Jason Wright. Phil Dawson on for the extra point. They have helped umpire Undre Wash off the field and back to the locker room. The left knee appeared to be the injury. Dawson tacks on the extra point. 5 plays, 45 yards, 2 costly penalties, and it cost Miami 40 yards. 7-0 Browns. Dolphins will have the football when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines' convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. Acura Advance, and by McDonald's.
Cleveland Browns looking for their 3rd straight home win. They got victories over Cincinnati and Baltimore, and a scoring drive culminating in the 1-yard touchdown for Jason Wright, who is in for the injured Jamal Lewis. I think the Browns feel like give Lewis a rest this week. You also have the bye week next week, not taking any chances with his status. Cleveland native Ted Ginn tripped up and bottled up at the 21-yard line. Brandon McDonald getting down the field in a hurry. A 10-yard return. Let's go back to the touchdown and the injury at the end of it.
Here you go. That's the umpire, Undre Wash. Right there, gets caught in the mix. And he immediately grabs that left leg. And boy, he's wincing in pain. We hope that he's going to be okay. Was able to walk off under some assistance. We'll have an update and see how that goes.
So Cleo Lemon opens up with a 1st and 10 at the Miami 20-yard line in a 3-receiver set on 1st down. Lemon in his 4th year out of Arkansas State. Acquired in a trade with San Diego back in 2005. Lemon out of the pocket and dragged down by Wembley. Great pursuit by the Florida State product. It's a loss of 6 on the play. Opportunity knocks for Cleo Lemon. 2nd career start for him. Offensive line includes a former Brown, L.J. Shelton, on the right side of that line. And backs and receivers, Chris Chambers is a Cleveland native. He was a high school superstar at a Bedford High, which is about 20 minutes away from Cleveland Brown Stadium. Ronnie Brown. Here's Brown through a hole, makes a cut. Ronnie Brown spilled out as he hit the 25-yard line. That's 11 yards on his first carry. And Shelton with a key block along that right side. Take a look at the Cleveland defense and a change up front. Sean Smith, the former Bengal, getting the start over Orpheus Roy. Linebackers, Willie McGinnis back in the starting lineup for the Browns. Antoine Peak, part of a rotation. And in the secondary, this is a young group, but a lot of talent with Bodden and Wright at the corners. Poole and Jones, the safeties. Davin Holly is in as a fifth defensive back on 3rd and 5. Ginn is the third receiver. Lemon out of the gun. Protection holds up. Tip ball. And fortunate for Miami that it was incomplete. DeQuell Jackson getting a piece of it. And Miami will punt.
Well, this defense for Cleveland would be well served to force Miami and Cleo Lemon into 3rd and long situations. They've struggled to stop the run. Getting off to a good start. We saw the sack from Cameron Wembley on the first defensive play. It was their first sack in quite some time. In fact, they had gone their last 2 games without getting a sack. So already the Cleveland Brown defense off to a good start.
Brandon Fields, rookie out of Michigan State, will punt it to Josh Cribbs. Cribbs standing at his own 28. End over end. Cribbs brings it in cleanly at the 23. Able to get around one would-be tackler, but brought down after a 10-yard return. 52-yard punt. Jesse Chapman, the tackle on special teams. Browns with a 7-0 lead, looking to add to it. Well, it's the Browns who have found the early rhythm here. 11:08 mark of the first quarter, 7-0 Cleveland in front. Browns actually come in averaging over 25 points per game, but they're allowing over 30 points per game. 1st and 10 from the 34. Right by himself in the backfield. Here's Anderson to throw. Nobody home. He was looking for Braylon Edwards out along the perimeter.
Already we've seen the Cleveland Browns come out throwing the ball on 1st down. And what did Zach Thomas, the linebacker from the Dolphins, tell us? He said, you know, they have that poker face. They come out acting as if they want to run. They want you to believe they're trying to run the ball. But Romeo in this offense with Rob Jasinski, it's a pass-first offense coming out on 1st down, putting the ball in the air.
Now a 2nd and 10. Vickers in front of Wright. We'll go with the draw play. And it's Wright running off tackle. Dolphins were prepared. Thomas and Ronaldo Hill, the safety, collaborating in a 2-yard gain. Well, this Browns offense, they're willing to crank it up now and go through the air with Derek Anderson, who's playing with a lot of confidence.
They are capable of putting points on the board. Come in with the 9th scoring offense in the National Football League. Got weapons. Kelly Winslow, Braylon Edwards. I think Joe Jaravicius is a wonderful receiver with experience, and you surround a quarterback with that kind of talent, you have to be able to get him the football.
A 3-receiver set on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Protection holds up. Throwing underneath to Jaravicius. And out of bounds, short of the 1st down. Still needed 2 more yards after the 6-yard catch. The Browns will punt it. Miami's defense has done its job.
Allow him to make the catch in front of the 1st down marker as long as there's no yards after the catch, forcing Jaravicius out of bounds. But still, you like the rhythm in which the Cleveland offense is operating early on. They haven't been able to run the ball too effectively, not able to get right to the corner, but still, when they throw the football, you can tell they have the ability to make some plays.
Dave Zastudil, just his 2nd game of the season because of a back injury. They released Scott Player, the punter, earlier this week. And Ted Ginn Jr., who prepped at Glenview High School about 10 minutes from the stadium here. His father, Ted Ginn, his coach. He's in attendance here today wearing Dolphin garb. Zastudil. Here's Ginn. He's got some room. Up the middle. And Ginn falling forward to the 32-yard line. Ryan Pumprion, the snapper, making the stop. A 37-yard punt, 11-yard return for Ginn. 10 minutes to play in this first quarter. Browns with a 7-0 advantage over the winless Dolphins.
You're watching the NFL on CBS. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it. And by the Accord. Beyond the road. All new from Honda.
Cleveland with a 7-0 lead over Miami. Dolphins get the football back with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Martin and Keel double tight end set. Here's the pitch to Ronnie Brown. Turns it upfield. Brown breaking tackles and crosses the 40-yard line. Ronnie Brown has been a man possessed. 9.5 yards on that carry. 3 consecutive games of 100 yards or more. Last guy to do it for the Dolphins, Ricky Williams.
Yeah, and Ronnie Brown, the offense is going to go through him. We told you at the top that if you want to take the burden off Cleo Lemon, your young quarterback, then you run the offense through Ronnie Brown, his ability to run it. We've already seen on that play just how big and strong and fast through the hole he is. But his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, he can be just as dangerous.
That comes up just a little bit short of a first down. Well, Cam Cameron, when he came in as the head coach, the initial feeling in regards to the running back position was Ronnie Brown was going to have to earn his spot in the eyes of Cameron going up against a former Charger, Jesse Chapman.
Well, when he reported to minicamp, Ronnie Brown, he was 20 pounds overweight. Checked in at 250 pounds. Cam Cameron's like, is this my running back? And really put the pressure on Ronnie Brown to get himself in shape, to work hard every day in practice, and I think he has responded, already leading the league in yards from scrimmage, over 700 yards from scrimmage, both running and catching the football. Leave it up to the coach to really get the best out of his player.
It is a running back friendly offense. We know what LaDainian Tomlinson did in it in San Diego. Lemon to throw, finds the open man, and it's Brown. So Brown hurts the Cleveland defense on the ground and now through the air. That's a 10-yard gain. DeQuell Jackson with the tackle.
See, the linebackers for the Cleveland Browns, I think they've got to hug up to Ronnie Brown right away, particularly in man-to-man coverage. You can't allow him to get any separation because Cleo Lemon is going to smartly and rightly dump the ball off to him, and then he's going to look to create yards after the catch.
Dolphins are in Cleveland territory at the 49. Brown the lone setback. Ronnie Brown, he's got that bruising running style. Chunks of yardage out along the sideline. 14 yards on the pickup. Good blocks from Martin and Marty Booker downfield.
Oh, it starts with the left side. They'll get and set the edge. Watch how he doesn't even allow anyone to touch him as he gets to the corner. Talking about speed and turning the corner. No one makes contact with him until he's to the second level of your defense. The speed around the corner. Ronnie Brown right now gashing the Cleveland defense.
From the 35, bootleg, Lemon rolling out, throwing. Incomplete. He threw into heavy traffic looking for Chris Chambers. It's 2nd and 10.
And there you see, I think he had Chambers open over the middle. He'll drag all the way across the field now. Right here is where he's open. But watch, the ball's going to be thrown behind him. Allows the defender to actually have a better chance of catching that ball. Chambers getting open on the play. Cleo Lemon has to set his feet and deliver a more accurate throw.
Chris Chambers, 1 catch away from 400 for his career. He's gone 13 straight games, though, without a touchdown. On 2nd down, pocket holds up, and there is Chambers, catch number 400. Now in his 7th year in the NFL, the Cleveland native hauls it in, a 9-yard gain.
That's excellent route running. Watch how he's working against Holly at the top. Stops, comes back to the ball. Yes, he wants to hit that first down marker, but if you don't come back to the ball, you allow Holly to get underneath and knock it down, and you don't end up getting that reception from Chris Chambers.
This is a 3rd and 1. Lemon will do it himself, and a new set of downs for Miami to work with inside the 25. Well, Bedford High School, take you back to 1996. Chris Chambers, 3-sport star, football, basketball, track and field. Actually played on the freshman basketball team at Wisconsin before making his main focus football and All-American status. Went to the Pro Bowl in 2005. Had a down year, though, in 2006.
Well, he's looking to find his way back. He'll have opportunities in this offense led by Cam Cameron.
On 1st down, back to Ronnie Brown. And this time the Browns were prepared. Ethan Kelly among those there, Antoine Peak, Andre Davis, a lot of Brown jerseys in the area.
Cleveland will have their work cut out today trying to defend Ronnie Brown. You know, Cleveland comes into this game. They've allowed a 100-yard rusher in each of their 5 games so far this year, and this may be the best back that they've seen all season long. And even guys, Willis McGahee, go back to Willie Parker in the opening week, Rudy Johnson, week 2, every single running back they faced has topped 100 yards rushing against this Browns defense this season.
2nd and 11. Fake the draw play. Lemon. That ball was tipped. As Lemon released it, it was a free ball for the Browns, but fortunately for Miami, it falls to the grass. Antoine Peak got a piece of it.
I think it's going to be Ethan Kelly. They come also off the corner, but you also get pressure in the face. Let's see if Antoine Peak is the guy. Kelly, pressure there. There is Peak, 56, actually the guy who's able to get to the arm of Cleo Lemon. Lemon's going to have to get rid of the ball. Read the play a little sooner. Can't get caught holding it. But also the protection's going to have to hold up. Got to get better protection from the right tackle, L.J. Shelton.
3rd and 11. Play clock winding down. Out of the gun, Lemon. Fires. Incomplete. That was a BB to Chris Chambers, who couldn't hold on, and this drive stalls at the 25-yard line.
I think you get the play from Holly, who flashed right in front of Chambers. Either he was able to get a hand on it or at least distract Chambers from making a clean catch on the ball.
So Jay Feely, who has made 23 field goal attempts in a row, including the postseason. The former New York Giant attempting a 43-yarder. Trying to put Miami on the board. Brandon Fields will hold it. John Denny, the snapper. From 43 yards away, Feely knocks it through. 7-3 Cleveland. 6:17 to play in this first quarter. Now Miami had this drive moving. They have to settle for 3. A 10-play, 43-yard drive. Feely, 43-yard field goal. Ronnie Brown, 4 carries, 34 yards, 1 catch for 10 yards on that drive. He accounted for 23 yards on the ground. Browns have not shown that they can stop Ronnie Brown up to this point.
I think it's going to be a story that really, I think, is going to go right through to the 4th quarter. I expect him to have a really big day here.
Here is Cribbs from the 4. He's got a block and then forced towards the sideline as he hit the 30-yard line. Time right now for the wisdom of Solomon.
Take a look at some of the coaches who have gone from San Diego's 14-2 team 1 year ago. Wade Phillips in Dallas is 5-0 right now. Greg Manusky become the defensive coordinator in San Francisco, where they're very physical on that side of the ball. Rob Chazinski comes here to be the coordinator for the Cleveland Brown offense, ranked top 10 in scoring. And Cam Cameron, he said, you know, we were not looking to leave San Diego. We all wanted to stay there. I don't know how you can allow that kind of coaching talent to leave the building in San Diego. And I believe we haven't even heard the last from Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah, rumors this week that he's looking for a general manager post in the NFL. Here's Anderson on first down. Great throw to Braylon Edwards, and he could not hold on. Second drop of the day for Edwards. Michael Lehan drew the coverage.
Well, Braylon is getting the matchups that he wants. Right here in the slot, and nice route. Gets to the inside. Now he got to catch the ball. See, when you allow it to get into your body, the ball can get away from you. Braylon Edwards comes into this game leading the league in yards per catch, 20 yards per catch. So he's made some big plays in this offense so far in the first quarter. He's allowed a few to get away from him.
He and Winslow are the top 2 receiving duo in the NFL, and Winslow's yards per catch way up this season as well at 17 per clip. Here's Anderson to throw again. Now flushed out. Anderson in trouble and caught from behind. Jason Taylor gave chase and got him.
Well, they're just able to get to the quarterback, and initially you got to get rid of the ball, because once you hit the top of your drop, the ball has to come out. Kevin Schaefer not able to stay in front of the relentless Jason Taylor, who gets to the quarterback. This is a defense that really has struggled. Look at the ranking this year. third in terms of passing yards because a lot of teams have been able to run the ball on this defense.
Taylor had 2 sacks last week, had 6 tackles and a forced fumble. He's dealing with neck and thigh issues, but he's in there today. First sack of the afternoon for Miami. Anderson on 3rd down, extending the arms. Joe Juravicius. They'll move the chains. First down, Cleveland. Will Allen, the defensive back that Juravicius took advantage of.
Very disconcerting if you're the Miami defense. 3rd and very long, but Juravicius working in the underneath coverage, not only able to make the catch in front of the defensive back, but also able to extend for the first down. Will Allen unable to keep Juravicius from moving the chains.
Jerome Harrison now in there with Lawrence Vickers. New set of downs for the Browns. On the pitch, Harrison turning it upfield. He's tripped up. In his 2nd year out of Washington State, bit of a scat back. 5'9", 210 pounds. Thomas and Lehan with the stop.
Yeah, your right guard, right tackle. Look at 77 and number 65. These guys are very good. The reason why I believe this offense has improved here in Cleveland, it starts with their left guard, left tackle combination between Eric Steinbach and Joe Thomas, as athletic as they come in the National Football League.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain for Harrison. And movement, Miami pointing in Cleveland's direction. We'll hear from Larry Nemmers.
Full start offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Working with 6 officials right now. That early injury to Undry Wash, the umpire. So Eddie Powers, the field judge, assumes those duties at umpire, and it'll back it up to a 2nd and 11. Why has this Cleveland offense improved this year?
I think it is because of Steinbach and Joe Thomas. When they came here with Romeo Cannell and Phil Savage wanting to improve this offensive line this year, went out in free agency, brought in Steinbach in the draft, brought in Joe Thomas, very high pick, instantly has allowed this offensive line to improve.
2nd and 11. Play fake. Anderson will set it up for Harrison. Look at Harrison go! Squeezing through tacklers and crossing the 45-yard line of Miami. 15-yard pitch and catch. Time for an NFL Today update. Let's head to New York. JB.
What else can be said about Mr. Devin Hester? Take a look at this, an 89-yard return. This guy is just in his 2nd year. This is his 9th return for a touchdown. He surpassed Gale Sayers' team record with that. 7-0 Chicago. Ian and Sullivan.
Can you say superstar?
Yeah, that's doing something. You start breaking records once held by Gale Sayers. Now that's putting in work.
Jerome Harrison, not the starter today with Jamal Lewis down. It was Jason Wright, but it's Harrison who has been most effective. 9.5 yards. And let's call it 10. That's enough for a first down.
Talk about Cleveland wanting to come out and throw the ball first. I think it is clear. 6 runs, 8 passes in this game. And Wes Chandler, wide receivers coach, he was a great player in his own right. Really have this passing game, I think, playing very well here in Cleveland. They're moving the ball at ease against this Miami Dolphins defense.
Michael Lehan limped off 2 plays ago, so Andre Goodman is in at the other cornerback spot. Here's Harrison through a hole. And Jerome Harrison, 5th-round pick in 2006, got a block from McKinney and the fullback Vickers. It's a 14-yard gain.
Well, they're just going to attack right in the middle. And this is what he gives you. See, they still go off that left side behind Steinbach and Thomas, but his ability to cut it back. We saw Wright attacking the perimeter, trying to get the ball out on the edge. It's clear to me when they want to run it inside, you're going to get Harrison cutting the ball back over the center, getting the ball right up the middle, right up the heart of this Miami Dolphins defense.
Jamal Lewis injured his right foot on the first play from scrimmage last week, wore a boot this week. Here's Josh Cribbs. And Cribbs strung out to the perimeter. 4-yard gain. Travis Daniels now playing the cornerback spot in on that play.
Cribbs is a guy that, we saw his speed and effectiveness as a kick return guy, getting more snaps, more work in the offense as a wide receiver. They have to really limit what he's doing because he does so much for the special teams, but played quarterback in college, so don't be surprised if on one of these reverse plays the Cribs going to actually roll out and throw the football. Has an excellent arm and excellent touch.
Jason Wright back in there. They're dealing with an equipment issue with Jerome Harrison. Michael Lehan has returned for Miami. Now it's Wright to the outside. And Wright finally brought down. Donovan Darius will be given credit for saving a touchdown. It's a 13-yard rip.
All they do is just seal the right edge. See, they're just going to block here. They get a blocker here, and then they're able to get to the outside. You can't turn the ball back inside to your defenders. Channing Crowder gets caught and stuck inside on the block by the tight end. We told you when Wright comes into the game, he wants to get to the edge. If you're Miami, you have to recognize personnel. Harrison is the inside runner. Wright is the outside runner.
Tight formation on 1st and goal. Fake the handoff. Here's Anderson. He's got the angle. Touchdown, Cleveland.
And Kellen Winslow's in the back of the end zone. Said, why you didn't throw it to me? You can't blame Anderson. It was an easier run than it was to have the touchdown toss to Kellen Winslow. Good decision from Derek Anderson. And watch, he's going to have Winslow in the back of the end zone. Look, wide open. Why don't you throw it? Because it's easier to run it in if you're Derek Anderson.
Yeah, traditional pocket passer, my foot. Derek Anderson just took it in himself. Phil Dawson on for the extra point. It is 14-3 Browns. 9 seconds left in this first quarter. Well, they did most of their damage on the ground. It's only fitting they would score through the run. Coming up, Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cower have the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Well, the Cleveland Browns came in with the second worst time of possession in the league, next to just San Francisco. So far today, they're controlling the clock, and that was their longest drive of the season. How is that possible? 6:08?
Well, you know why? It's a big play offense from Rod Chazinski's group on the offensive side of the ball for Cleveland. It comes in bunches. They make big plays. Now they're showing that they can grind it out, mixing in the run and the pass.
Kick from Phil Dawson. Miami needs a spark. Ted Ginn. And brought down by Kenny Wright along the outside with a flag down. He was ridden down by Kenny Wright, the 9-year veteran. Here's Larry Nemmers.
Holding on the return team, number 44. We'll go half the distance from the spot of the foul. First down, Miami.
That is Cameron Worrell who picks up the penalty. Well, we went digging deep into the video vault. Cam Cameron played basketball at Indiana University.
All right, take it to the hole.
You think Bobby Knight's going to be happy with that?
No, you know what? Look, no, I guess.
Come on, Cam.
If you've been chewed out and screamed at by Bobby Knight, Cam, you're not alone. Join the group. Cam is an excellent athlete at the University of Indiana, basketball player, football player, and now I think he's a really good coach. It's going to take him a while to turn it around in Miami.
Starting quarterback at Indiana before a knee injury ended his athletic career. Brown unable to hold on, and that'll be the final play of this first quarter. Cleveland with a 14-3 lead. The Browns with a chance to get to the 500 mark with a win. Miami looking for their first double-digit of the season. Start of the second quarter here in Cleveland. Ian Eagle, Solomon Wilcots, the rest of our CBS crew. The Browns on top of the Dolphins 14-3. Cleo Lemon getting the start for the injured Trent Green. Here is Lemon on the handoff. Ronnie Brown is buried. Robert Smith, first man there, the 8-year veteran. It's a gain of a yard, yard and a half for Brown.
Ronnie Brown could have read the ISO block a little bit better on that play. He takes it off the left side of the line. See, even saying my fault, because there was a gaping hole off the left side had he stayed behind Chris Lewinsky and Vernon Carey. You follow your fullback and stay play side on that ISO play, and it's going to pop.
Hagan is in as the third receiver. Lemon is 2 of 7 for 18 yards. Out of the gun. Lemon steps up, avoids the rush, throwing on the move. Incomplete. He was looking for Chris Chambers in coverage. The rookie out of UNLV, Eric Wright, second-round draft pick. And the pressure came from Antoine Peak on Lemon.
Well, Peak is just giving L.J. Shelton all he can handle coming off that corner. Cleo Lemon has to step up and maybe throw the ball a little bit earlier than what he wants to.
Dangerous part of the field now for Miami, because we know Josh Cribbs is capable. Brandon Fields punting out of his own end zone. Cribbs. That's a short kick, and Cribbs will just have to let it bounce. Does take a Miami roll and settles in at the 41-yard line. That's where Derek Anderson of the Browns offense will take over after the 49-yard punt. Cleveland is in front, 14-3. You can follow your fantasy players and all of today's NFL action with lightning-fast live scoring game centers online right now at CBSSports.com. Romeo Crennel's offense has looked sharp, a 14-3 lead. Donovan McNabb right now among the fantasy leaders in yards thrown. Here's Anderson, off play action, looking for the deep ball, and incomplete. Braylon Edwards matched up with Michael Lehan. The Browns trying to do some damage through the air. They have certainly done some damage on the ground.
No, they have gotten it done. Jason Wright plunging in for the touchdown, and mainly he's gotten it done on the outside. But how about Harrison? He's been very good breaking tackles, running very hard. Both running backs spelling Jamal Lewis in this game, who's out with the foot injury. What production you get from Jason Wright and James Harrison. Between the two, they're getting it done so far.
Now, the Browns last week trailed 20-0 against New England before getting their offense together. Kellen Winslow with the catch on the outside. It's a 7-yard gain. Cameron Worrell, the safety, ranging over to make the play. Let's get an NFL Today update. Head to New York and JB.
Hey, Ian, tell Solomon he's going to have to come to the studio to revive Shannon Sharpe. That's because Tony Gonzalez with that reception, the new all-time touchdown reception leader for tight ends with 63. Kansas City up by 3 in the second. Ian and Solomon.
It's okay, Shannon. You can make a comeback.
Oh, really?
He can make a comeback.
Do you know something we don't know?
Oh, you see how he keeps in shape. He's always ready to go.
Anderson with a high throw. Edwards able to bring it in cleanly. Zach Thomas with the snap. And Edwards able to absorb it, a 6-yard gain and a first down for Cleveland.
Braylon Edwards showing more sure hands on that catch. You know, sometimes when you get off to that slow start, you still have to stay with it and fight back. You love the play calling by Rob Jasinski. You notice how they continue to push the ball down the field, taking shots, and then it opens up the underneath stuff that we just saw on that play.
Ryan Tucker is in at right tackle for Kevin Schaefer. We saw this last week as well for the Browns. There's Jason Wright. Keeps the legs moving. Flag comes down at the 46-yard line. A 4.5-yard gain. Get the word from Larry Nemers.
Illegal formation on the offense. Number 80 covered number 82. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So that run is coming back. We get another update. JB standing by in New York, NFL Today.
Ian asked the former defensive back Solomon Wilcots what happened here. Brian Greasy to a wide open Bernard Berrien, 39 yards. Bears are trying to make it 7 straight at home against the Vikes. They're up 14-7. Back to Ian and Solomon.
JB, that's what happens when the secondary falls asleep. Our coach used to tell us it's always going to result in the official raising up 2 arms. It can't fall asleep in the secondary.
Well, some signs of life for the Chicago offense with Brian Greasy running the show. Here's Jason Wright, and he's tackled down low by big Keith Traylor, 6'2", 340 pounds, massive defensive tackle. He owns 3 Super Bowl rings. 2 of them with Denver, 1 with New England, and Traylor makes that play, 2nd and 13.
And the trend of the play calling coming over from Cleveland, Rob Jasinski. You get 2nd and 13, expect them to push the ball down the field. And they're not shy about putting the ball in the air. And I believe with the arm you're seeing, Derek Anderson, boy, he can drive it very quickly. Great velocity on the ball, has to continue to make good decisions.
Jasinski spent 2 years with San Diego as the tight end coach, 10 years at the University of Miami. In stride, it's Jason Wright. Anderson with a strike. 19-yard hookup and a first down for the Browns. They're on the move again.
And all the other 3 receivers were so far down the field that you got the matchup with Wright on the middle linebacker, Zach Thomas. And once you get him the ball, see, once he gets past Thomas, there's no one else there until he picks up the first down. So their ability to stretch the field with the speed of Braylon Edwards, Joe Jaravicius, and Kellen Winslow, it allows a lot of room to work the underneath coverage.
On the quick snap, Wright trying to bust it to the outside, could not. Ronaldo Hill helped make sure of it. You know, one note on Zach Thomas, and sitting down with him yesterday, Solomon, he said this has been the most difficult year for him of his NFL career, because in other down years for the Dolphins, the defense was very strong. And that has not been the case this year for Miami.
Yeah, he said, you know, we're struggling and our defense is playing bad. He said, and he takes it personal. Other guys like Jason Taylor, they're taking it personal, and it really does hurt because they're used to the defense being the most stable part of their football team.
Here's Wright running into a crowd. And not much room to work with, a 3-yard gain for Wright. Clock is moving. We'll hit the 10-minute mark of this second quarter with the Browns in front, 14-3.
They're trying to press the running game, but now with 3rd and 8 coming, you can expect they'll drop back and allow him to throw the ball. Look at the time of possession. Cleveland is just dominating. And Romeo, he told us, said this is a big game for them. He said, you know, we're not going to treat Miami like they're an 0-5 football team. They need this win here in Cleveland. Try to get the win here, go into the bye week at 500 with a 3-3 record.
They'll be at St. Louis after the bye. Here's Wright. So they elected to go on the ground. They're going to come up short of the first down. 6-yard pickup. Zach Thomas in on that stop along with Hill, the safety. And the Browns field goal unit will come on, looking to add to their lead.
Really nice play calling from Jasinski. I expected them maybe to put the ball in the air. They decided to run a nice little draw play. Almost picked up the first down, but still setting up Phil Dawson to add more points on the board.
This will be a 40-yard attempt for Dawson. Part of the expansion team in 1999 for Cleveland, the only one left on this Browns roster. From 40 yards away, he nails it. Cleveland with a 17-3 advantage here in the second quarter. Now, Cleveland sports fans have been celebrating. We'll talk more about that coming up.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Pizza Hut. A complete meal is easy with the Family Value Meal. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut. And by Sprint, proud sponsors and avid fans of the NFL.
On the southern shore of Lake Erie, we welcome you back to Cleveland, where the Browns lead at 17-3. They've been going Indians crazy in this town, with the ALCS now locked at 1-1 in the best of 7. Indians getting the extra inning win last night over the Boston Red Sox, and they'll shift that series to the Jake coming up tomorrow. Ted Ginn's going to take it out. Up the middle. And Ginn hit from behind at the 27-yard line by Chris Griffin on special teams. It's a 33-yard return. Cleveland in control here in the second. Have you been to the new NFL.com? Well, it's the only place on the web for video highlights from all of today's games. Go to the new NFL.com. 13th all-time meeting between these two teams. Miami leads the series with a mark of 7-5. 1st and 10 from the 28. On the slant, connection made. Lemon to Chris Chambers, and it covers 9 yards. Solomon, let's talk about Cleo Lemon. it's been a long road to get to this point where he has some stability in the NFL. Came out of college, had a knee injury, actually suffered it his junior year, played his senior year with a bad wheel, failed every physical at the combine, was out of football for a year, was actually a substitute teacher in Jonesboro, Arkansas, played for Memphis in the Arena 2 League, allocated to NFL Europe, hand off to Ronnie Brown. And Brown is driven backwards, 3-yard gain, enough for a first down. Jones in there with Jackson to bring him down. Lemon gets finally to San Diego on the practice squad under Cam Cameron. They were using him at wide receiver, defensive back, returning kicks, and QB, and gets the trade to Miami, now getting his opportunity.
Yeah, you know, he said he learned a lot from Doug Flutie and Drew Brees during his time on the practice field in San Diego. Now, he's been in this offense under Cam Cameron for quite some time. In fact, had more experience with this team than did Trent Green.
Ronnie Brown, not a lot of room to run. Antoine Peak with the stop, a 3-yard pickup.
And you can go back to March during the OTAs and the mini camps when Trent Green was still in Kansas City. It was actually Cleo Lemon who was working with the first group. So he says, hey, I've had more experience working with Ronnie Brown, Chris Chambers, Marty Booker, working with this group of players than Trent Green. He said, so I really expect to do well. He knows that this is his time to shine.
2nd and 7 for the Dolphins. Lemon is 3 of 9, 27 yards thrown. Here's Brown, stutter step move, doesn't work. Robert Smith helping for no gain. Vernon Carey is down, the left tackle for Miami.
Cleveland's getting after it, trying to defend the run, trying to stop Ronnie Brown. Vernon Carey goes down. But the Cleveland defenders, very physical on that play.
Carey was the former 2-year starter at right tackle. 6'5", 335 pounds. He'll be able to walk off the field on his own. Corey Leckerkerker will come in.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Lipitor and by Comfort Inn by Choice Hotels. Warm, welcoming, and worry-free. Book today at choicehotels.com.
Vernon Carey appears to be okay, forced to sit out at least one play, and there is Corey Leckerkerker. I'm saying it correctly. Former
Very
San Diego
good.
Charger.
Very good.
Thanks. Might say it again, just for the heck of it. Out of the shotgun, Cleo Lemon. Here comes the rush. Lemon throws, picked off. It's intercepted by Bodden. Turnover, Miami. Willie McGinnis applied the heat on Lemon. And a 26-yard return. 3rd pick of the season for Lee Bodden.
It all starts. Pressure leads to picks. Coming here, flushing him out of the pocket is Willie McGinnis. Then the bad throw behind the intended receiver. Lee Bodden smartly makes a play on the ball. This is what they've been looking for over the last couple of weeks, not getting the pressure up front in his defense from Cleveland. Whenever you can get pressure on the quarterback, spells good things for your secondary. Remember, Lee Bodden in this group for the Cleveland Browns. This secondary giving up the most touchdown passes in the NFL coming into this game, 15 in all, now making plays on the ball.
Dolphins 29th in the league in turnover margin. Here's Anderson, steps and fires, in stride, touchdown, Braylon Edwards. The Browns are pouring it on.
Well, just a couple of weeks ago, Lee Bodden made an interception, and on the very next play, they went up top to Braylon Edwards against Baltimore. They do it today. Get the interception. Look at the same excellent route running from Braylon Edwards. It's a trend from the offensive coordinator, Rob Chizzinski. Coming off a turnover, you go for the throat with the big play up top to Braylon Edwards.
5th touchdown of the season for Edwards. He's got big playability and maturing now in his 3rd year from Michigan. Dawson the extra point. 24-3. Browns take the turnover and turn it into 7. Anderson is locked in. Cleveland up big, 2nd quarter.
Customized 39 jersey for St. Louis.
Liner, one throw blanket, Scottsdale. Military, barbecued, Indianapolis.
Get this season's hottest NFL gear. Delivered by NFL Shop at NFL.com.
I want that!
Braylon Edwards already has 3 100-yard receiving games this season. He's got 3 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown here today, and something that Romeo Crennel mentioned to us in regards to Edwards and Winslow. He feels like they now understand that when you play well, other things will fall into place. People will talk about you as a star as opposed to coming in and proclaiming that you're a star before you actually do it on the field.
Both guys came in accustomed to winning football games, and they joined this football team. As you take a look at Willie McGinnis forcing the bad throw, they came in with such fire and intensity that sometimes it was misunderstood and sometimes misdirected. He says right now, though, Braylon Edwards says, we realize how to go about it. We're more mature, and I think you see the rest of the football team feeding off what they bring to the table.
Ted Ginn Jr. taking it out, busting it to the outside, and a flag comes down. As Ginn is thrown down as he crosses midfield at the 46-yard line, but it's a hold, and it's coming back. Might have been Courtney Bryan over there on the 57-yard return. Number 47.
Holding during the return, number 47. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Boy, Miami continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Every time Ted Ginn makes a play on the special team, you have a guy who can't block without holding or can't block without hitting a guy in the back. Have to do a better job on special teams to set the offense for Cam Gammer.
So backup safety Courtney Bryan out of New Mexico State, a rookie, caught on that hold, and they bring it all the way back to the 20 instead of having it 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 46. It is 1st and 10 from the Miami 20-yard line. Lemon on the pitch. Ronnie Brown. And Brown with that third effort. First down run out across the 30. He picks up 11.
Well, they're stacking the box. They understand the ball's going to go to Ronnie Brown, but they're trying to stack the box with the linebacker, Andre Davis. Watch him here creep in and then slash through. He's able to weave his way through the offensive line, and anytime you get penetration, you should be able to stop the run. But still, Ronnie Brown in the left side of the offensive line is able to get movement and get Ronnie Brown to the second level.
Brown now 9 carries, 52 yards. Vernon Carey is back in there on the offensive line. Lemon looking for Brown, who fell down on the screen pass.
That's the screen play we showed you in our film review at the top of the game. Anytime Ronnie Brown crosses that formation, Cleveland Browns have to be aware that they're trying to get the ball to him. Getting pressure in the face of the quarterback prevented Cleo Lemon from getting the ball to Ronnie Brown.
You know, some thoughts here, Solomon, at the quarterback position. Cleo Lemon is 3 of 11, 27 yards. They have a backup, a rookie out of BYU, John Beck, who was the 40th overall pick. In addition, on the other sideline is Brady Quinn, the man that they elected not to draft in the first round, instead taking Ted Ginn Jr. Lemon throws incomplete. He was throwing it away. Andre Davis, he put the heat on Cleo Lemon.
Oh, the protection just not holding up for Cleo Lemon, because that was a 3-step drop, and Davis is still able to come through. Watch this. See, they don't even pick him up. And he's able to beat the left guard, Chris Lewinsky, who has to be there to defend and protect his quarterback. Good disguise on his intent to blitz by the middle linebacker, Andre Davis.
Total yards for Miami, 75. 54 have come on the ground, mostly from Ronnie Brown. This is a 3rd and 10. Miami forced to use a timeout. Play clock was down to 1. And we'll step aside with 5:14 remaining in this first half. Cleveland with a 24-3 lead on Miami.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Are you kidding me?
Let me show you what believing can achieve. I'm about to open a gold mine.
You can't think for a second I had anything
do with this, do you?
Why don't you ask him where he was? Buddy Baxter is dead. In your office, dead. What are you getting us into here, Ripley?
I was alone.
You usually can't go home if you're busy covering up something, huh?
I may be many things, son, but I am not a murderer.
Cleo Lemon really looks up to Trent Green for what Green has had to go through throughout his career to finally get to a point where he was considered an everyday starter in the NFL. Lemon aspires to be that, and Green trying to help out his backup, Cleo Lemon. They'll reevaluate Trent Green tomorrow. Cam Cameron saying, and they're not going to take any chances. The medical staff with Miami wants him to take that full week off before taking the next step. After the timeout, Lemon protection is there. Throws complete. Chris Chambers. That's a 19-yard pass play, and he just dropped it in the bucket.
And now you see the arm that has impressed Cleo Lemon and his football team. It's the protection that holds up. Look at this throw. Dropped it in the middle of 3 defenders. It's a beautiful pass from Cleo Lemon. When the protection holds up, I think he can make some plays. We've watched him in practice in the past. He's capable of making all the throws, but it starts with your ability to protect the quarterback.
So now a first down for midfield. Short drop and a quick hitter. Wow. Dropped by Chambers. Lemon's not getting much help. Eric Wright had tight coverage for the Browns.
And Cam Cameron said our quarterback, Cleo Lemon's going to need some help. They need help from Chris Chambers to make that catch. Hit him right in the hands, allow it to get away. He's let a couple get away so far today, and that's where the offense, I think, becomes stagnant. Whenever the protection breaks down or the receiver's not making plays on the ball, that's when they're forced to punt, and in some cases they've turned it over.
Fake the pitch. Lemon, deep drop. Throwing wide open, out across the middle. Marty Booker out of bounds. It's a 25-yard hookup.
If you have seen these offenses do maybe some of the same things, that's because it's the same exact offense. Both coaches, look at the crosser, Booker coming over the middle. Wide open, deep across the middle. They got the clear out by running Chambers through the zone, and then he just waits for the crosser. And you're not going to make that pass completion unless the protection can hold up. Same identical offensive schemes ran by Cam Cameron and Rob Chudzinski.
Lemon trying to find a rhythm here. It's certainly helping with the offensive line holding up and giving him some time to operate. Play action. Lemon on the sideline route. And the catch made by Derek Hagan with a flag down. Hagan in his second year out of Arizona State. 9-yard gain, just his 4th catch of the season. And it won't count.
Offensive pass interference, number 82. 10-yard penalty to the previous spot. Still first down.
Hagan had been nursing a hamstring injury. The offensive pass interference. Hagan had too many drops in 2006. Still has the Pac-10 record for most receptions.
And that time caught him pushing off in order to get separation. The penalties continue to mount for Miami. Cleo Lemon, I think, is playing well at times in spurts. Needs some help from the playmakers on this offense.
Well, Ronnie Brown told us that each guy wants to put a little bit more on their shoulders to help pick up Cleo Lemon. It hasn't necessarily been the case so far. Miami in a 24-3 hole. And another penalty.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And that one's on the quarterback. And Cam knows it. If you're Cleo Lemon, you've got to have your eyes on the clock and understanding when you're getting close to 0. Get the ball snapped. That time took too long barking out the signal in terms of the call and then getting the ball snapped.
As mentioned, it's his 2nd career NFL start. He started the 2006 finale, a loss to Indianapolis. Lemon went 18 of 36, 210 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Another flag down.
False start offense, number 76.
No, they're taking turns. And this is why you're 0-5. Lack of execution, lack of discipline and fundamentals. They continue to make mistakes. We saw the illegal push by the wide receiver Hagan, and then they don't get the ball snapped before time runs off the clock. Credit that to the quarterback, Cleo Lemon. And then the false start.
4th penalty on this drive alone. 1st and 30 now from the 45. Shotgun Lemon. Over the middle. And catch made by Ronnie Brown. Little shake and bake move. 6-yard gain. Lee Bodden with the tackle. Well, the winless teams in the NFL, Miami at 0-5. St. Louis is down against Baltimore, and New Orleans at 0-4 playing later on against Seattle.
And Miami has only been 0-6 once in their entire franchise history going back to 2004, trying to avoid doing it for the 2nd time here today.
And they finished that season at 4-12. Here's Lemon, comfortable in the pocket, shoots one underneath to Ronnie Brown, who is spilled out just short of the 30-yard line to Quell Jackson, along with Simon Frazier there defensively, a 9-yard gain. We've hit the 2-minute warning in this 2nd quarter. Cleveland, a lot of celebrating so far today. Offense has looked very sharp. Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cower have all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint halftime report.
3rd and 16, not as much about getting the 1st down as it is getting back into field goal position.
Lemon out of the shotgun. On 3rd and 16 for the Dolphins. Protection is there over the middle. He's got his man, Hagan. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be short. 15-yard gain. They are a yard away from a 1st down.
Looks like they want to go for it. Really good throw from Cleo Lemon. Better hurry up.
Going to have to use another timeout.
Yeah.
1:38 remaining now in the 1st half. They have 1 timeout left.
At least he had his eyes on the clock and understood he was running out of time.
Well, coming up, New England at Dallas, the battle of the unbeatens. 5-0 against 5-0. Big name players, Brady, Moss, Romo, Owens. Remarkable comeback by the Cowboys on Monday night against Buffalo.
Now, I know who you're going to take if you had the choice of Brady or Romo. But if you had the choice of T.O. or Randy Moss, who do you go with?
Moss.
I go Moss. After watching the Monday night game, you saw T.O. put the ball on the carpet at crucial times, and I do believe Randy is a sure catcher of the ball, and obviously the speed to really stretch the field. Both are excellent ball players, and you know they're going to be fired up and really competing tonight or later today to see who's going to make the best play.
The one caveat, Moss, when motivated,
yes,
no one's better.
Well, he's motivated as long as he's wearing that Patriot uniform.
On 4th down, Ronnie Brown, 2nd effort, he's got a 1st down. What an individual effort by Ronnie Brown. Cleveland had him. He ran into a brick wall and kept going.
Well, watch him coming off the left side. They had him stopped initially, but we told you he's a big back. He can break tackles, and look at him fight to get the 1st down. Huge play from Ronnie Brown.
So new set of downs for Miami to work with. Here's Lemon throwing. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. David Martin, the tight end. And Miami climbing back into it.
Oh, they said, Cam Cameron said, we have to get some plays from the tight end, David Martin. Matched up in space against the safety, 26, Sean Jones. Wonderful throw from Cleo Lemon. Thought the young quarterback did an excellent job after sustaining all the penalties, backed them up, and still able to move this offense into the end zone.
So David Martin, signed as a free agent from Green Bay, the former college wide receiver, gets his 1st touchdown in a Dolphin uniform. Jay Feely on for the extra point. And it's 24-10. Cleveland with 1:03 left to play in this 1st half.
Now watch the double move from the tight end. Excellent route running, and Cleo just dumps it right over the top to David Martin. Works his way back inside and over the top of Sean Jones, who never got his head around to find the football.
Martin was a high school basketball standout in Norfolk, Virginia. I see a trend here with these tight ends. Gonzalez, Gates. Now, there's a skill set there. Leaping ability, able to box out. So Miami Gets a good showing from Cleo Lemon on the drive, 6 of 9. Coming up tomorrow on CBS, see why The Big Bang Theory is the #1 new comedy of the season. Tomorrow at 8:30, 7:30 Central on CBS, America's most watched network.
You know, you talked about the tight ends, athletic guys who had played basketball. You know, there was a time if you were 6'4", 260 like David Martin, you could play in the NBA. Now, your big power forwards in the NBA going 6'8", 6'10" even. So those guys in that 6'4", 6'5" range might want to stick to football.
Well, not at 250 or 260. You're right.
Well, they're going to be slimmer if you're running up and down the court. There's no doubt. But at that height, you might as well go ahead and play football, put on a little more weight, and then you can play tight end in the National Football League.
You think NFL teams are scouting college basketball a lot more than they used to?
Oh, there's no doubt. They're looking at the end of the bench to find a play.
There's Josh Cribb. Oh, he got leveled as he crossed the 25-yard line. Edmund Miles. 24-yard return for Cribbs.
Take a look at how David Martin got open. Here he is. He's just going to come here, work his way outside, then back over the top of the safety, Sean Jones. And Jones never gets his head around. See, he just runs around him. It's a little out and up, little stutter step. And he's stumbling and not able to recover and get his head around to locate the football. David Martin, really good route being ran that time by the big tight end.
See how the Browns approach this. They have 3 timeouts to work with under a minute left in the second quarter. Jason Wright underneath the coverage. Spilled out by Zach Thomas, 7-yard gain. Clock is moving, 46 seconds and counting.
And you could expect Cleveland to take a shot.
Will Allen comes up lame. Allen in some pain. He's grabbing at that right leg. Now this secondary already banged up. Jeremiah Bell, starting safety, out for the season with an Achilles injury. Donovan Darius, calf injury last week. He's dealing with flu-like symptoms this week. Tavares Tillman, he's down again with a knee injury. Allen is trying to limp this one off. Is able to put some pressure on it.
And they've had to move some guys around also in that secondary.
Yeah, Travis Daniels, who was playing safety, is back to his natural position of cornerback. Jason Allen, who was playing cornerback, is back to his position at safety.
Yeah, Cam Cameron said, you know what, we're just going to tell the guys, hey, line up and play. And when he talked to Jason Allen, he said, hey, it's time for you to stand up and be a player. Former first-round pick. They've got to start getting some production out of him. So now they're going to leave him at safety and allow him to learn the position and make some plays.
Andre Goodman steps in for Will Allen. Goodman did have a pick last week in the loss in Houston. Anderson again with the screen. Wright almost tripped over his own man. Instead, stays upright and turns it into a first down out across the 45-yard line. That's a 23-yard catch and run.
Did you see Zach Thomas on that play? He actually overran the play and then came flying back in. The hustle and playmaking ability of Zach. I just thought it was a phenomenal play from the middle linebacker.
So the Browns use a timeout. Take a look at the AFC North, and you want to talk about maybe the biggest surprise for Cleveland this year so far. They've actually won games within the division. That was not happening in Romeo Crennel's first 2 years. He was 1-11 against the AFC North, and he got some wins over Cincinnati and Baltimore, both here at home.
And that was his goal coming into the season. They were going to play their 3 divisional opponents in 3 of the first 4 games. Felt he had to win at least 2 of the 3, and they were able to do that in wins over Cincinnati and Baltimore. And today, if they can get that 3rd win going into the bye week, boy, this thing looked very promising for Cleveland.
After the timeout, 32 seconds left, first half. Anderson with the soft toss, curling it inside. It's Winslow. Kellen Winslow Jr. finally brought down as he crossed the 40-yard line. Joey Porter will be given credit for the tackle. A 15-yard gain and another Browns timeout. 23 seconds left on the clock.
Speaking of athletic tight ends, I think this one is a promising player in Kellen Winslow. You saw the moves after the catch and then his ability to explode and get underneath the defenders. This is a guy you can do a lot with him in your offense. Cam Cameron even said it. You can see Rob Chaszynski doing some of the same things with Kellen Winslow as they did with Antonio Gates when they coached in San Diego last year.
Well, coming up Thursday after CSI, TV's most original new series comes to CBS. Don't miss Lloyd Owen, Melanie Griffith, and special guest star Hugh Jackman in the premiere of Viva Laughlin. Thursday at 10, 9 Central, here on CBS. On first down for the Browns inside the Miami 40. Shotgun for Anderson. They still have one timeout left. Anderson, a pump. He was looking for the deep ball. Instead, he'll tuck it and run out of bounds. Room in front of him, and he takes advantage on a 7-yard scamper. 15 seconds left.
And really smart play from Derek Anderson. I think coming into this game, even last week against the Patriots, he had shown a penchant for trying to force the ball into tight coverage. He comes into this game leading the AFC with 8 interceptions. Could have easily thrown the ball into coverage there. Thought he had a guy open, but his decision to hold on to it and protect it, probably one of his best plays so far in the game. Just making better decisions with the ball here today.
Right now, you're looking at about a 48, 49-yard field goal. 15 seconds left. And a 4-receiver set. Play clock had hit 0. Well, that's going to cost him. So that 49-yard field goal is now 54 yards.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Yeah, Romeo can't be happy with that. You know, when people talk about quarterbacking, so much of the talk, even in New York with the Jets, about, you know, the strong arm. Replace Chad Pennington for Kellen Clemens or Derek Anderson. Very strong arm. How about the ability to manage the game clock? All those things are also a real big part of playing quarterback in the NFL.
Browns have to get some yardage back if they're going to attempt a field goal here. Anderson up top. He's got Winslow inside the 5. Clock is moving. And now a timeout. 8 seconds left. Big play.
And you see Romeo saying, we got one shot. We got one shot. That tells you it's probably going to be a pass. Look at this play. Kellen Winslow getting on top of Joey Porter, running up the seam. And we talk about arm strength there. How about the accuracy to go along with it from Derek Anderson? This is why they like this young quarterback. Not many can make that throw. 173 yards here in the first half passing for Derek Anderson. Well, just a wonderful pass.
Winslow and Porter, who have been known for their pregame trash talking the last 2 years when Porter was on Pittsburgh. After some trash talking during the week, Joey Porter had some things to say about Winslow. Winslow said, you know what? I think Joey needs a hug.
That's a sign of maturity from Kellen Winslow, not to be, drawn in to the war of words. I expect this to be a pass play, maybe play action, but they want to stop the clock if it's an incompletion.
One shot at a touchdown. Anderson, 7 seconds left. Anderson, he'll throw it out of bounds. Did not want to chance it and leave points on the field. So, field goal unit will come on.
Really smart. It looked as if he could have actually ran it in for a touchdown, but he understands if he gets tackled here, time's going to run off the clock. Smartly throwing the ball away. It stops the clock and allows Phil Dawson to come on and add more points.
Short field goal attempt. 21 yards for Phil Dawson. Chip shot. Ryan Pontbriand, the snapper. Zastudil holds it, and Dawson bangs it through. It's 27-10 Cleveland as we hit halftime here at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Sprint halftime report is coming up. The Browns, strong offensive showing. They lead winless Miami 27-10 at the break.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, proud sponsor and avid fans of the NFL. CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, proud sponsor and avid fans of the NFL.
And welcome back to our New York studios and the Sprint halftime report. A reminder that this is a doubleheader day on CBS. In our second game this afternoon, most of you will see the battle of the unbeatens, New England against Dallas. For others, it's an AFC West showdown between Oakland and San Diego. Those are the games coming up for you later this afternoon. And the NFL on CBS will continue in a moment.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, proud sponsor and avid fans of the NFL.
All right, and welcome to the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown in New York with my colleagues Dan, Bill, Shannon, and Boomer. The score at halftime, Cleveland on top by 17 over Miami. Cleveland looking to move to 500 on the season. And we roll along the scoreboard, getting now Dan.
Tennessee, Vince Young here. He muffs the handoff. Chris Brown muffs it. And Patrick Chikora picks it up. Vince Young on the afternoon, 8 for 10, 93 yards and a pick. Jeff Garcia drops back, time to throw, takes a big hit, steps into it. Michael Clayton, 39-yard reception. That leads to a field goal. Oh, there's another 3. So it's 3-3.
You're loving that, Dan.
Man, come on, score some points, will you?
Dan is loving it. Bill.
Down in Jacksonville, Matt Schaub, watch this play off the play action. He's going to hit Andre Davis on the crossing route. He will take it in for a touchdown. Not so fast. Jack Del Rio is going to challenge. Ball never breaks the plane. Great play by the defender right there. It's reversed, field goal. David Gerard's going to come back, hit George Reister for the touchdown to give him a 7-6 lead. They added on a late field goal in that after an onside kick, 10-6 at half.
All right, we move along. Cincinnati at KC. Booms.
Uh-oh, guys. Shed a tear for our man Shannon Sharp.
Why?
Ewert finds Tony Gonzalez. There it is, the record. Most touchdowns by a tight end in NFL history right there. But how about Larry Johnson? I said it was going to be flag football against this defense, and guess what? It is.
Yeah.
But Deltha O'Neal does not give up on the play, forces the fumble. Bengals take over on their own 20. Nice play by Deltha O'Neal. Well, Larry Johnson, who already has over 100 yards on the ground against this anemic defense, comes back, and he will redeem himself. 8 yards around the left side for a touchdown. Kansas City just basically owning this game over 20 minutes of time and 260 yards of total offense.
Kansas City only 10 rushing yards last week, 109 today. Shannon.
Gus Ferrari had already been picked off once by DeJuan Edwards at this point. He fakes left, rolls right, picked off a second time by Chris McAllister, and this would lead to, what you talking about, Willis McGahee on a 6-yard TD run. Puts him up 12-0, matched over tackle on the PAT, 13-0. Starting the third quarter, Jay.
Jets have never beaten the Eagles, Boomer.
Hey, what happened to Donovan McNabb 2 weeks ago in the Meadowlands?
Sack.
Well, here's another sack. And this is not the Rams. That's the Jets. They're wearing their throwback Titan uniforms. Here's Kevin Curtis, 75-yard touchdown pass. Donovan McNabb already in the first half, 12 of 17, 178 yards and 1 touchdown. 3 missed field goals in this game, 1 by Nugent, 2 by Akers. Philadelphia 10-6, the start of the third period.
Jets are 2-23 in the state of Pennsylvania. Coach.
Rookie 7th-round pick. Deshaun wins. 4th touchdown of the year. Gets Green Bay off to a 7-0 lead. But Jason Campbell coming down here in the red zone. Can't find your receivers. Tuck it down. Head for the end zone. He'll take it in by himself. Tie up 7-7. Then he's going to find Chris Cooley, who for the first half, in the first half alone, 7 catches, 97 yards, 14-yard touchdown right here, 14-7 Redskins at the half.
Skins coach Joe Gibbs' first appearance at Lambeau Field since 1986. Shannon.
JB and Commissioner sent out a memo this morning.
Saying what?
Kicks the ball to Devin Hester will receive a 15-yard penalty and a $2,500 fine. Obviously, Minnesota didn't get the memo. My producer, Eric Manson, Shannon, do not yell over the highlight. But Devin Hester goes all the way back 89 yards. I didn't get the memo, JB. 14-7-7. Bernard Berrian. Brian Greason up top. Bernard Berrian down below. 14-7. Chicago got it. Chicago got it. Adrian Peterson, watch it. 67 yards and he's off, JB. Urlacher, stop running. You can't catch me. You're going to get in the camera. Oh, that was Urlacher man. He got in the camera. I knew it. 14. And that's what we are to have, JB. 14 at the half.
Day, Adrian Peterson.
Okay, man? You okay?
As a matter of fact, are you okay? Tony Gonzalez, all-time career leader now for touchdowns for a tight end.
I'm fine with it, JB, because I talked to him as soon as he broke the record. I was expecting to get a call back, but I'm sure I'll get one after the game. Congratulations, Tony. We're very good friends, and you've earned that record, and hopefully it comes in a win, as my record did.
What's this pen say?
World's greatest tight end, Shannon Sharp.
And
I still am.
Boomer, Dan, no thoughts on your guy?
Hey, God bless him, baby.
God bless him, he says. Second half coming up after this. Dan says, God bless him.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, proud sponsor and avid fans of the NFL.
Just about set for second half action here in Cleveland. 27-10, the Browns leading the Dolphins. Welcome back, everybody. Ian Eagle along with Solomon Wilcots, the two QBs. The matchup here, it's the fewest combined starts in a quarterback matchup this season, but Anderson has looked like a veteran for Cleveland.
I think Anderson has come out, looked very strong, had some very accurate pinpoint passing, has protected the football, has not thrown interceptions. I think that has really held up well for the Cleveland Brown offense. They've come out, they've been very aggressive, advancing the ball down the football field. You see the passing yards, 172, and still, even without Jamal Lewis, an adequate job of rushing the football, 68 yards, rushing it in the first half. I thought also they've been very good in terms of their third down possession. Cleveland Brown offense is going right through the Miami Dolphins defense. 27 first half points from Cleveland. It's the best we've seen them all year.
It is the 8th career start for Derek Anderson, just the 2nd career start for Cleo Lemon. Phil Dawson will kick it off. Ted Ginn Jr., the Cleveland native, standing at his own end zone. Penalties also a problem. Miami, 7 penalties costing them 80 yards in the first half. Second half action here in Cleveland. This is Ginn Jr. from the 4. Up the middle. He's got a lane. Ginn Jr.'s got speed and a flag down. He's gone. Ted Ginn Jr. takes it the distance. 96 yards for Miami. But a penalty marker thrown back at the 45.
What speed from Ted Ginn Jr.
It's coming back.
Wow. We've seen this all day from Miami.
Holding during the return, number 82. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Miami.
And that's the youngster, Derek Hagan. Injury on the play. The veteran, Kenny Wright, being helped to his feet at the 35-yard line.
Now, I used to always say, know who you're blocking for. You just watch Kenny Wright limp off. No, the guy returning the ball. And Ted Ginn Jr. possesses the kind of speed. All he needs is a crease. Doesn't need you to hold anyone, sustain a lone block. His speed, all he needs is that little crack, and he's going to do the rest.
And Solomon, it looked like he was already through that hole. So the hold on Hagan costing Ted Ginn Jr. his first NFL touchdown in his hometown.
You know, many of the people in South Florida, when they drafted Ted Ginn, passed on Brady Quinn. I thought Ted Ginn, outstanding player at Ohio State, and that kind of speed, I think that's what this offense really needs.
So this drive will start from the 25-yard line. It's been that kind of day for the Miami Dolphins. Stop and go. Chambers can't bring it in. 2 Cleveland defenders over there, including Eric Wright, the rookie.
Now, there was some separation. Now, I think this is where Chambers have to get even further separation and go get the ball, only extending one arm and not able to haul it in. Have to be able to even lay out and extend 2 hands. Make sure you make a catch for your quarterback, Cleo Lemon. Well-thrown ball from Cleo.
We'll get your thoughts on Cleo Lemon in a moment, your assessment of his play in the first half. 2nd and 10 now for the Dolphins. Play action. Lemon throwing out across. Turning it upfield is Marty Booker. And a 9-yard gain for the Dolphins. Defensively, the Cleveland Browns, well, they've looked solid here today against Lemon and the Dolphins.
Yeah, they've been able to tip the ball out of the hands of Cleo Lemon, able to put pressure on the quarterback, something that had been lacking from the defense. When they've had pressure, they've come away with picks. So this defense playing a lot better under Todd Grantham so far here in this game. 3rd and 1 for the Dolphins.
And the handoff goes to Ronnie Brown. He spins his way for a first down out across the 35-yard line. Give me your thoughts on Cleo Lemon, first half.
Has not been without flaws. I think the pressure had caused some early errors in the game, but I think we've seen late he's sort of settled down. We already saw in their last offensive possession in the first half was able to overcome some adversity, some penalties, and still led them to a touchdown. And here early on in the second half has made some nice throws from Cameron. He has to get his wide receivers to extend themselves, give a little more effort, make sure they possess and contain the football when the ball is thrown to them.
Out across the 35-yard line. Here's Lemon. Deep drop. Protection is there. Rainbows one. Chambers can't catch up to it. Davin Holly back there in coverage.
Can I say this? This is the reason why they went out and I think drafted Ted Ginn. Watch the wide receiver. Watch Chambers get on top of the defensive back. But he can't close on the football. This is a well-thrown ball. 2 more steps. And even if you get your jersey dirty by lunging for the ball and laying out, you're going to have an opportunity to haul it in. More speed at the wide receiver position is needed, but that time from Chris Chambers, more effort was needed fighting for the football. 2nd and 10 for the Dolphins. Brown single setback. He's got 56 yards on the ground. Here's Lemon and knocked down again. Another deflection, this time Sean Smith. In his 4th year at South Carolina, gets a piece of it. Well, good play from Sean Smith. At that time, I thought the coverage forced him to hold on to the ball. He had a receiver open, but watch Sean Smith fights back in the inside. He sets and gets up to deflect that pass. There was a receiver behind Smith who was wide open. Sean Smith able to get a hand up and knock down that pass with Cleo Lemon.
3rd and 10. 4 receivers set. Shotgun Lemon. They handle the rush. They'll dump it off underneath. Can Ronnie Brown create after the catch? Yes, he can. First down, Miami. Out near midfield. That's a 12-yard pickup for Brown.
You have to be aware of Ronnie Brown either running across the formation on the screen play, but if he runs through the line, watch him here. Once he'll check through the line, and now there's going to be a dump off. They expect him to create yards after the catch. Good blocking that time at the 2nd level by David Martin and the wide receivers to allow Ronnie Brown to pick up a first down.
Yep, got 11, got 11, got 11.
From the 48. Lemon will swing it out to Brown. Hurdling and getting to the sideline. He jumped over Eric Wright. And that'll go down as a 9-yard gain out of bounds.
6 feet, 230 pounds, and nimble and nifty with his footwork. Very supple hands in terms of his ability to catch the ball. I think he's the complete package. And he said that, yeah, we watched tapes of LaDainian Tomlinson in terms of what he did in the offense, and now I have the same opportunity to put up the same kind of numbers.
2nd and 1, and it's Brown with a first down, bouncing off a tackler, and then spun down. I wonder where they're going to spot this ball. He had the first down off the initial thrust. Cameron Wimbley and DeQuell Jackson in to bring him down.
No, he's in his 3rd year. He did pick up the first down. I think when you're a runner, you have to know the down and distance, know where that first down marker is. There are times when you want to run to daylight. You want to try to pop the big one. But when you have 1 yard to pick up that first down, I think you run to the first down marker. That time Ronnie Brown was able to do that.
So a new set of downs for Miami to work with. Martin, the motion man. Play fake. Lemon avoids the sack. Lemon keeps falling back and dumps it off to Martin, who is spun down. It'll go down as no gain on the play. Antoine Peak with the heat on Lemon, and then Wright makes the stop on Martin.
You have to provide better pass protection from Cleo Lemon. Looked like he had a receiver open down the field, but the protection broke down. Take a look down the field. Chris Chambers, see him over to the left, he's open. But the protection doesn't hold up, doesn't allow Cleo Lemon to get rid of the ball by the time Chris Chambers came wide open.
10th play of the drive.
11 again.
A touchdown was called back. Ted Ginn Jr. on the kickoff return because of a hold. On the quick hitter, Chris Chambers able to hold on to this one. And a 9-yard pickup. Coverage from Eric Wright. 3rd and 1.
If the receivers just fight for the ball, it looks like Cleo Lemon has great accuracy, can get you the ball. At time, Chambers fighting to get underneath the defender is able to haul in that catch. Right now, this offense has some good movement. Now, 3rd and short. He'll give the ball to Ronnie Brown. See what he can do with it.
First possession, second half. Miami trying to climb back into this one. And it's Brown. Stutter step. He's got the first down. Ronnie Brown can manufacture yardage even if it's not there for him.
He smartly was picking his way just to get to that first down marker. He's done a stellar job so far in this game running the ball, just weaving his way through the defense of the Cleveland Browns. Every time they give it to him, he can hit the corner. He's shown the ability to run it inside, run it outside. Then when he catches it, the first defender never getting him on the ground. That's why he's been able to move the chains and help this offense to sustain drives.
This drive stays alive at the 30-yard line. Lemon sells the fake, throwing over the middle, and it's Chambers. Brought down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for Miami after the 23-yard pass and catch.
Now watch the linebackers just suck up on the play action. That's why Chris Chambers is so wide open. The closest defender is actually the official. All the linebackers underneath coverage just sucked up to the line on the play action fake to Ronnie Brown, allowing Chambers to get open.
1st and goal from the 7th, 13th play of the drive for Miami. And it's Brown up the gut. He'll pick up a yard and a half. Robert Smith and Andre Davis getting their helmet in on that play.
So far, Cleo Lemon has really shown some tremendous ability. We told you he started to warm up as the game has gone on. I think when the protection holds up, he tends to make good throws. And if you allow the receivers to fight for the ball, as you look at the numbers posted by Ronnie Brown, we told you coming in, his ability to run it and catch it, all-purpose yards is where he leads the league with his duo ability.
2nd and goal. Trailing by 17. Here's Lemon. He's going to take it himself for the touchdown. Cleo Lemon would not be denied. Quarterback keeper for pay dirt.
You're not going to see that play with Trent Green at quarterback. This is the little bit extra you're going to get from Cleo Lemon. The mobility on the quarterback draw. Watch, he drops back, and now he just takes it right up behind Ronnie Brown, who's looking to block the entire time. And he finishes off that run at the goal line very strong.
A 14-play, 75-yard touchdown drive. Lemon, his first career rushing touchdown. And it's 27-17, Cleveland in front. The Dolphins inching closer here in the 3rd quarter. Longest drive of the season for the Miami Dolphins. They get the touchdown. I think we could officially call that run by Cleo Lemon a lemon slice.
I like it. He's playing very well, and I think he's maintained some poise even after some early mistakes in the game, having thrown in interceptions, had some balls batted at the line of scrimmage, but he's hung in there to get his team back into the game.
That's only the 2nd Lemon pun that we've used today.
Just true.
There'll be more. There's Cribbs on the return. And the spin move out across the 20-yard line. 17-yard return. Patrick Cobb's making the play on special teams. I'll call it lemonade at this point.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines' convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, eating good in the neighborhood. And by Chase Freedom, the credit card that lets you switch.
27-17, Cleveland Browns leading the Miami Dolphins with 7:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Browns take over. 1st and 10 at the 23. Anderson throwing out to the sideline, and Vickers, the fullback, taking on the corner Michael Lehan for a 6-yard gain.
Now it's time to see how the Cleveland Brown offense, Derek Anderson, is set to respond to that significant drive from the Miami offense. Has to be able to put together a drive for themselves, not turn it over here, pick up a couple of first downs, allow your defense to get some rest.
Miami Dolphins have lost 8 straight games dating back to last season. Browns trying to get to the 500 mark with a win here today. Draw play. Jason Wright in for the injured Jamal Lewis. And forward progress will give him a gain of maybe a half a yard. Ronaldo Hill shooting through the hole to make the stop.
You see Dom Capers, the defense coordinator for Miami, getting Hill, some of the safeties and other defenders up toward the line of scrimmage. Trying to force a 3rd and long situation right now. 3rd and 3. Have to be able to expect the offense and Derek Anderson to convert this into a first down.
Cleveland with 247 total yards. Miami is caught up in that department after the long drive to start this second half. On a 3rd and 3. Anderson, pump. Anderson forced to throw it away. Matt Roth, the pressure. And the Browns go 3 and out.
And if you're Cleveland, you're saying, why could we not convert the first down? Well, the coverage was there, and Matt Roth provided the pressure. And before Derek Anderson would force that into coverage, he smartly, and this is what the coaches have been working with him, hey, just throw it away. We do not want the turnover. If we have to punt it, then that's okay. Avoid the turnover and allow our defense to get back on the field.
Just the second punt of the day for Dave Zastudil. We know what Ginn is capable of. And Zastudil did not get all of that one. Took a funky bounce out along the sideline. And just a 32-yard punt. Miami very much in this game. Browns come in ranked dead last in the NFL in total defense, giving up 424 yards per game. Took a little while for Miami to find their footing on offense, but right now Cleo Lemon has looked quite comfortable the last 2 Dolphin drives. He started 4 for 14. He is 11 of his last 14 through the air. Hand off to Ronnie Brown. They open the day running the football effectively. They pick up 4 yards up the middle with Simon Frazier making the stop. Coming up tomorrow on CBS, The Price is Right is all new, and it's all Drew. Drew Carey hosts The Price is Right starting tomorrow on CBS Daytime.
One of your favorites.
Oh,
a Cleveland native, Drew Carey.
We like Drew. We like the show.
Yes.
The yodeler. Always a big fan. 2nd and 6. Brown has 66 yards rushing, 45 yards receiving. Here comes the blitz. Lemon gets rid of it. Separation. But Chambers can't catch up to the football.
And this is one I think Cleo Lemon could have put a little more air under this. Chambers was wide open from the word go. You have to be able to drop that one over the top and hit Chambers in stride. Chambers throws the hands up right away. Now, put a little more air under it because he's open. And Cleo understands that, yeah, I missed on that one. It's about execution. Set your feet. You get a receiver open like that, you have to be able to hit him.
3rd and 6. Fans responding, trying to cheer on this defense. Here comes the rush, and complete to Chambers. It'll be short of a first down, though. Sean Jones helped make sure of it. He was a blanket coming in.
Now, you're down by 10. A little more than 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. I would expect Cam Cameron to go for it. Now, Ronnie Brown, he's been tough to stop in terms of their ability to move the chains. Probably quarterback sneak is what we're looking at.
And it's Lemon. He got no push.
Second effort. They're still pushing.
Lemon handing the ball over to the officials, and let's see where they spot it.
Now, this was quarterback sneak all the way. I think by the formation, you told the defense what you were trying to do. The fact that you set Ronnie Brown out wide behind the tackle tells you that the quarterback is not going to hand it off. He's just going to push forward. See, Ronnie Brown, he's set way over there behind that right tackle. And if they make this, it'll be by the hair on his nose.
Yep, it is a first down. So a good spot for Miami. And a new set of downs. Play fake. Lemon steps, fires. Deep ball into double coverage. Incomplete. Chambers back there. And they just have not been able to make that connection. Going for the home run ball. Eric Wright and Brodney Poole with the coverage. NFL Today update. New York and JB.
Ian and Solomon. David Garrard, 130 pass attempts without a pick. He goes accurately here to Reggie Williams, who fights off the attempt at stripping the ball for the score. 16-6 Jacksonville on top of Houston late in the third. Ian Eagle, Solomon Wilcots.
Well, JB, thanks. That is a good matchup to get a feel for how things are going to line up in the AFC South, with Indianapolis leading the way in that division. Lemon forced out of the pocket. Now rolling the other way. Floats in. Perfect pass. Ted Ginn Jr. First down, Miami, on a big play for the Dolphins.
They just keep taking their shots against this Cleveland Brown defense. And Cleveland continues to allow them to hang in there. Now, Ted Ginn, he's in motion. So he starts one way, but then he's reading the quarterback. So he's working his way back to the quarterback. The speed of Ted Ginn to stay on the second level and alertly stay within the play. Give credit also to Cleo Lemon, the mobility to extend the play, buying time for Ted Ginn to get open.
Just his third catch of the season, first of the day, covers 32 yards. Miami is in business at the Cleveland 20. Handoff, Ronnie Brown. Lots of running room as Brown stumbles inside the 10. DeQuell Jackson got him down low. It's an 11-yard rip for Ronnie Brown.
And they had it well blocked. If DeQuell Jackson doesn't come over to make the tackle, Ronnie Brown's going to go in for a touchdown. And watch him. And he gets to the outside on the perimeter, and DeQuell Jackson's able to grab hold of the ankles of Ronnie Brown. Ronnie's understanding, had he not stumbled, I think he would have made it to the end zone.
First and goal from the 9. Dolphins trailing by 10. Handoff, it's Brown. And Brown tripped up. But look at the yardage that he can cover. 8-yard gain. Reagan Mawia with a key block along with L.J. Shelton.
Oh, the key is the first defender. Watch the cornerback. See, can't get him on the ground. It's always the second or third defender. Ronnie Brown is going to force you to tackle him to the ground.
Brown sets up as a receiver wide on a second and goal. Lemon forcing his way towards the goal line. Did he get there? Yes. Touchdown, Miami.
This defense for Cleveland beginning to wear down. Romeo Crennel has to be concerned, because to me this is a clear indication it's going to be a quarterback draw. Anytime you get an empty set down on the goal line, Cam Cameron's going to call the quarterback draw. No one's behind him. Who's he going to hand the ball to? Just going to keep it himself as they get movement. Ted Washington, 92, 99. Orpheus Roy getting pushed back into the end zone.
Boy, as this game turned, 2:44 to go in the third, a 9-play, 62-yard drive. Extra point from Feely, and it's 27-24. Cleveland. Leo Lemon. He's got a touchdown throwing. He's got a touchdown running. Miami back in it.
You're watching the NFL on CBS. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. And by Chrysler. The way our vehicles come together is what sets us apart. Chrysler, engineered beautifully.
Cleo Lemon has accounted for 3 touchdowns, 1 through the air, 2 on the ground. This Miami team trailed 24-3. It is now a 27-24 Cleveland lead with 2:44 to go in the third. Feely kicks it off. Josh Cribbs, returnable from the 3. There's Cribbs getting to the outside and then trampled down at the 34-yard line by Cameron Worrell. 33-yard return. Browns looking for some offense now in the second half. Entirely different game in this third quarter, with Miami dominating the clock, dominating down on the field as well, with 137 total yards. Ronnie Brown, yeah, you deserve some oxygen right now. Get a little treatment too. Anderson takes over this Cleveland offense, over the middle. Kellen Winslow, ball is jarred loose and recovered by Cleveland. It got stripped, and Ryan Tucker in the right spot for the Browns, a 20-yard pickup.
Now, Winslow is the guy that this defense, they can't match up with, and he's that good in space. Now, you have to secure the football. I think a turnover would really be dire for the Cleveland Browns. They need to get some movement after going 3 and out on the previous possession.
Ronaldo Hill forced the fumble. 4 catches, 75 yards for Winslow. Spin move by Jason Wright. And they are trying to take that ball away. Jason Taylor in on that stop. It's a 4-yard gain for Wright.
And the 27 points so far from the Cleveland Browns, it's not going to hold up. Their defense right now is on the ropes, giving up 2 long drives to the Miami Dolphins, and Cam Cameron needs his team to really play well. As you take a look at Romeo Purnell, he wants the offense to be able to continue to move this football.
On a 2nd and 6 with 1:23 left in the third. Anderson running play again, and Wright being dragged down from behind by a lot of beef. Keith Traylor. It's a 1-yard gain for Wright. Sets up 3rd down now for the Browns at the 41-yard line. Under a minute left in this third quarter.
And I think they have enough weapons on this offense. Joe Jaravicius, Kellen Winslow, who we talked about, Braylon Edwards. You're going to get the one-on-one coverage somewhere. Have to be able to find the guy who's being covered one-on-one, and he has to be able to win.
3rd and 5, an empty backfield. Here comes the blitz. Anderson gets rid of it and complete. It is the aforementioned Joe Jaravicius demonstrative 1st down signal at the 31-yard line.
He had the one-on-one coverage, 3-step drop. It was clear the Dolphins were sending everything at Derek Anderson. He read the blitz, found the one-on-one defender, and got the ball to Joe Jaravicius, who did make the catch in very tight coverage.
Anderson is yet to make a mistake here today. 15 of 21, 209 yards and a touchdown. Last play at the end of the third quarter. On the ground for Wright. And Jason Taylor among those there to wrap him up. Steinbach and McKinney, the pair of guards with good blocks up front. An 8-yard gain, and that's how the third quarter will end. The fourth quarter is next in a 3-point game from Cleveland. Start of the fourth quarter, Cleveland Browns Stadium. Ian Eagle, Solomon Wilcots, the rest of our CBS crew. Browns 27, Dolphins 24 in Cleveland. 2nd down from the 23-yard line. And off, and it's Wright. 5-yard gain, and enough for a Browns 1st down. Matt Roth making that tackle, and Cameron Worrell a little bit slow to get up the former Chicago Bear.
Excellent piece of running. You just read the flow of the linebackers. Watch Zach Thomas. He'll run here now as the run play. See, he'll cut it back because he's reading the middle linebacker, and it's just excellent heads-up play. See, right? He'll cut it back underneath the fast-flowing Zach Thomas. You read the second level of the defense, that's where the holes are.
Worrell has been playing for Donovan Darius, who's out with flu-like symptoms. Anderson checking off the line of scrimmage. Into a running play. Right. Wow. He is devoured. Guess who? Zach Thomas.
Yeah, he ain't let 2 get away in a row. He says, hello, Jason Wright. And he just shoots the gap and gets penetration.
Zach Thomas returned last week from a 2-game absence because of a concussion. Responded with 9 tackles. And we had a nice chat with Zach yesterday and talking about his dislike for being on the sideline, and he's wearing that brand new helmet, the Revolution, which is designed to help against head injuries. Talk more about that in a moment. 2nd and 10. And it's Wright again. This time with a head of steam, Jason Wright is able to pick up 5 yards. Now, how about Zach Thomas as part of this Miami defense and the concern over the concussion from a few weeks ago?
Yeah, he said he talked to Trent Green. He said, you know, it's much tougher on a middle linebacker. He said, you know, I kept playing with the symptoms. I was sleepy, very foggy and lethargic, but you have to take some time off. Had taken a couple of weeks off. He's come back with this new Revolution helmet, and you know, the league has put a lot of studies into concussion syndrome. That helmet will go a long way into protecting you, not as tight on the jaw area, leaving you a lot of room where the head will not be concussed.
There's a pivotal 3rd and 5, deep drop. Anderson steps. Anderson will run for the first down. Oh, another heads-up play by the 3rd-year quarterback out of Oregon State. I know that there have been a lot of talk in this town about Brady Quinn, but Derek Anderson is playing at a high level.
He really is. Has the team on the move. Look at that. Just heads-up play. He's not forcing throws, and I think he understands that he's got the ability to make plays. More importantly, you've got to start playing with your head. You can't go forcing throws. You can't turn it over. And when you're in field goal range, possess the football so that you can turn that possession into points.
1st and goal from the 7. On the handoff. Right. Brought down. Miami defense incredibly physical, as Worrell was in there for the Dolphins. A 3-yard gain for Wright.
Watch him take this underneath the fullback, Vickers, but then Worrell lays a lick. There you have it. I think Wright did an excellent job of possessing the ball. You can't turn it over despite taking that lick from Worrell.
2nd and goal. It's Wright again. Now the white jerseys all over that running play, and the Dolphins prepared. A loss of 2. Lehan involved for the Dolphins.
I think Dom Capers, he played the hand. He understands the odds. When they need to make a play, Cleveland's going to go behind the money side. The left guard, Eric Steinbach, and Joe Thomas and Dom Capers smartly understanding and blitzing the run to that side. And now I think it's an even more difficult call here on 3rd down, because they're going to give you the spread look. You can get the fake handoff and a rollout from the quarterback. This is where they like to go, to Jared Vicious or Kellen Winslow.
Out of the shotgun. Anderson steps and fires. Got his man. Edwards. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Take your pick. You have other weapons, and the big frame of Braylon Edwards also serves well. Whenever you line the big receiver up in the slot to your left, he's outside, and then he comes over inside, finding some room to stab him right between the 1 and the 7 for a touchdown.
2nd touchdown of the day for Edwards. 12-play, 66-yard drive, and a major answer by the Browns. Extra point from Dawson. And it is back to a 2-possession game. Anderson has been stellar this afternoon in Cleveland. We talked to Braylon Edwards about Derek Anderson. He said, look, he understands me. We're on the same page. He's not tentative. He'll take chances, and I like that in a quarterback. There is obvious chemistry between those two.
He didn't name names. He said in the past, other quarterbacks, they played it safe. They played not to make mistakes. Derek Anderson, he's going to cut it loose. Plays in an aggressive fashion that the receivers love on this offense.
Now some confusion there as Jesse Chapman brought it in front of Ted Ginn Jr. And Chapman finally is bottled up. Josh Cribbs over there to make the tackle. 34-24, Cleveland in front.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by NYSE Euronext. One market, infinite possibilities. HP. Explore your creativity at hp.com/what do you have to say. And by Subway Restaurants. Subway. Eat fresh.
We are in the 4th quarter here in Cleveland. The Browns own a 34-24 lead on the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins take over a 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Let's see what Cleo Lemon has up his sleeve here. Fake the handoff. Lemon in the pocket. Releasing out of the backfield. Ronnie Brown And brought down by DeQuell Jackson. That's a lot of talent there between the second-year pro out of Maryland, Jackson, and the third-year pro out of Auburn, Brown.
And it takes two people to make that play. Willie McGinnis bringing pressure in the face of the quarterback, and DeQuell Jackson instantly closing in on Ronnie Brown. You leave him a lot of room to operate. He can make you miss. And how well is Willie McGinnis playing? Look at the pressure. See, he forces the high throw. It buys time for DeQuell Jackson to close in on Ronnie Brown.
A loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Play action. Lemon able to get rid of it. And it's Brown scooting forward for some extra yardage. Give him 8.5 on the pass play. Well, People Magazine gives Kane 3 out of 4 stars. If you haven't seen it yet, check out Jimmy Smits in the powerful new series, Kane. Tuesday at 10, 9 Central, here on CBS.
How many stars did you give it?
I give it 4 stars.
4 stars?
Yeah, 4.
Really? Not 4.5, not 3?
I believe it's a 4-star gauge.
4-star scale.
3rd and 3. Fans are vocal. Lemon handles the rush, but can't put it on time to Ginn Jr. Oh, the ball was behind him, and did the Dolphins ever need that conversion?
Leo Lemon, watch him. See if the protection holds up. He's going to throw it behind Ginn. Now, that's where you, a really experienced wide receiver, you have to get both hands behind you and try to secure it. Not saying that it would have been an easy catch when the ball is thrown behind the receiver, but try to reach back with 2 and not 1 hand to make the catch.
Now that one hurts for the Dolphins. Just over 9 minutes to play, and now Brandon Fields is punting it. Cribbs catches at the 25. And then cut down low as he crossed the 30-yard line. Good punt, 47 yards, an 8-yard return. Derek Hagan making the play on special teams. A 10-point game in Ohio. 9:01 to go in the 4th quarter, 34-24 Cleveland. Normally this time of the game, Solomon, it would be Jamal Lewis time to put the game on ice. Lewis not available today because of the foot injury.
And I don't think it would be conservative to run the ball here and eat time off the clock. Have to be able to close out this deal by keeping the ball on the ground.
Can Jerome Harrison do the job? It's Harrison getting the call. Had a good first down run of 5 yards up the middle. Harrison, former 5th-round draft pick. And an injury to Cameron Worrell, former special teams ace with the Chicago Bears. And Courtney Bryan is getting ready to check in, the rookie out of New Mexico State, undrafted free agent. Donovan Darius is down. We know Jeremiah Bell is out for the year. Tavares Tillman is out because of a knee injury. And Worrell appears to be okay as he's making his way towards the sideline.
Oh, Worrell, his heart's willing. Body sometimes not able. He's throwing his body around and he gets nicked up. Gets up, but if you're Cleveland, we talked about the ability to close out this game running the football. I don't know that you want to risk turning it over. Throwing an interception or going 3 and out is the only thing that can jeopardize their ability to close it.
Anderson fakes the handoff. Off the bootleg, makes the connection with Kellen Winslow. So not a risky pass. A short one from Anderson to Winslow, but he is able to turn it upfield and got a block from Braylon Edwards.
Yeah, and Joey Porter gets caught in no man's land as they run that rollout with Derek Anderson. He's able to get outside of the linebacker. He should have had a sack here. See here, he's responsible for the quarterback. But he comes too shallow, and then he's able to get outside of him, so he can't get the sack. And he's allowed to make that completion to Kellen Winslow.
Well, they sold the fake, and a lot of people bought in. 1st and 10 inside the Miami 45-yard line. Harrison breaks a tackle and cuts it outside. Will Allen whiffed. 13-yard run for Jerome Harrison.
Oh, this is how you close out ball games. Harrison's able to hit the corner and break tackles. Watch Vickers. He seals the edge, able to beat the corner. Will Allen can't pull him in. He picks up the first down. The only thing is try to stay in bounds and do a little bit more time off the clock.
Running back comparison, both have been effective. Wright got the touchdown. Harrison has been impressive. Pushing the pile. Harrison stays on his feet, lunging forward. Oh, he's going to earn some respect in this locker room. A 9-yard gain as Wright and Harrison combine to fill in for Jamal Lewis. Let's check out the game summary. It was all Cleveland early. Wright getting the touchdown, 27 first half points, and then Cleo Lemon came out strong in the second half. Miami was able to close, but Anderson answers with a 5-yard touchdown pass to Edwards, extending the lead to 10. That's where we stand right now with under 7 minutes to play. Worrell has returned for Miami at safety. It's a 2nd and 1. And a big pile up. Harrison gets the call. No gain on the play. It'll set up 3rd and short. Matt Roth in on that stop with Zach Thomas.
One might say that, yeah, they've gone a little bit conservative on this possession. 4 run plays, only throwing the ball once, but a nifty pass play from Anderson to Winslow to move the chains. But I think it's smart from Romeo Crennel and his football team. You pound the running game, chew time off the clock, you can get more points on the board. You're facing 3rd and 1. You still put the ball on the ground and allow your runners to move the chain.
It's Jason White in the backfield. They give it first man through. Vickers, the fullback. He gets knocked around, but he's not giving up the football. 7-yard physical run for the 2nd-year pro out of Colorado. First down, Cleveland.
We told you everything starts with the left side. Watch the movement. See, they just slam it down. And we can't talk enough about the job first-round draft pick from Wisconsin, Joe Thomas, the left tackle, is doing in this game. He and Steinbach, we told you at the top, the offense goes through that left guard, left tackle combination. That time getting Vickers to the 2nd level, able to pick up that first down.
Harrison back in. 1st and 10 from the 18. Here's Harrison cutting it back and tripped up from behind. Joey Porter. That would have been at least a 10-yard run. Instead, it goes for 1 yard.
Phil Savage, Romeo Crennel. I think this team that we see now in Cleveland, big-time improvements on the offensive line is the main reason why we're seeing this team actually starting to contend in the AFC North. Ability to block and run the ball, even in the absence of Jamal Lewis, is a testament as to how much this offensive line has improved.
And they've used up over 4 minutes of the clock on this very important drive. Anderson, play fake, throwing, and throws it away in the direction of Kellen Winslow.
Very smart play. Double covered in the corner of the end zone. Just throw it away and avoid the turnover.
So Anderson now 17 of 24, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns. The stats aren't going to pop off the page at the end of this one, but if you watched it, you walk away impressed.
And I think the one that Romeo Crennel is most impressed with, no interceptions from Derek Anderson. Came into this game leading the AFC with 8 interceptions. And their ability to avoid the turnover and not give Miami those extra chances has really helped their football team today.
Anderson also has a rushing touchdown here this afternoon. 4 receiver set. Anderson, jump ball. Braylon Edwards, he's gifted. Touchdown, Cleveland. It is a 3-touchdown day for Braylon Edwards. And Cleveland has just put the finishing touches on this one.
Goodman never had a chance against the 6'3", 215-pound Braylon Edwards. That is what Romeo Crennel meant when he said, hey, they have to learn. You got to make plays if you're going to be a star. Braylon Edwards is blossoming into a huge star here in Cleveland.
Extra point, Dawson. 41-24 Browns. 4:34 remaining. It's been a pretty good sports weekend here in Cleveland.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. And by DirecTV. For the most sports in HD, you have to get DirecTV.
Cleveland Browns, they've got a bye week coming up, and a win here would put them at 3-3. Braylon Edwards has done his part, a 3-touchdown afternoon. That is a career high for the young receiver. The leadership, the confidence, Solomon, more than anything else, as they squib it. Ball was loose for a moment, and Miami recovers at the 48-yard line. Pushing and shoving continues.
Well, they're saying it's Miami's ball.
Miami's got it.
Well, here's just a simple fade route over the top of Goodman and an excellent throw. It's about ball placement for the quarterback, Derek Anderson. Putting the ball on the back shoulder, allowing the 6'3" Edwards to go up for it. And he has provided tremendous leadership, not only for this team, but how about in the community as well, through his foundation earlier this week, donating over $1 million to inner city kids for academic scholarships, inspiring young people to continue their education, putting $1 million of his own money on the line. We're seeing, I think, a tremendous sign of maturity from Braylon Edwards.
Well, he's a Detroit native, but he's a Cleveland guy right now.
And he's bought in.
No doubt. Shotgun formation, Lemon on a handoff for Ronnie Brown, and Brown's going to pick up yardage running to the outside. It's an 8-yard gain. Call it 7.5. Don't forget, coming up, it is New England at Dallas, the showdown. 2 undefeateds going head-to-head. Most of you will see that one. Others will see Oakland at San Diego in a battle in the AFC West. It's coming up, second half of the doubleheader here on CBS. It's Brown again, and a first down for Ronnie Brown. Inching closer to that 100-yard mark. That would mark his 4th consecutive game going over the 100-yard plateau, and he's done it. 101 yards now on the ground for Ronnie Brown. Still not sure why Cleveland kicked it off the way that they did, other than the fact maybe they wanted to avoid Ginn taking one back. But they gave Miami such a short field to work with. Element of surprise was on, but the Dolphins handled it. Lemon knocked away. Devin Holly had 5 interceptions in 2006. He's now the nickel corner. Chris Chambers was the intended target.
You got to make sure you get it. This is a cover 2. Now he's going to sink. Nothing in the flat. Get to the hole. Go up with 2 hands. You might make a catch, but give Holly the credit for breaking that pass up from Cleo Lim.
Now, barring something miraculous, this will be another loss for the Dolphins to drop to 0-6. It will match their worst start in franchise history. Lemon throws, and flags come down. Derek Hagan in the area. And Marty Booker banged up on the play. Injuries have been a theme here for the Miami Dolphins.
Defensive pass interference. Number 24. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
That's the rookie Eric Wright. Started his college career at USC, ended up at UNLV. 2nd-round pick. They are checking out Marty Booker down on the field, and coming up for Miami. Wow. New England. Then the Giants. That'll be in London. Bye week, followed by Buffalo, and then 2 road games in the state of Pennsylvania at Philly and at Pittsburgh.
And Cam Cameron thinks his team is getting better. I think offensively, you know, they've only been in this offense, which is very new, only been in it for 6 weeks during the regular season. I think they are getting better. I think even Cleo Lemon showed us what this offense is capable of, and Cam Cameron said, hey, I've been through this before. Remember the early days in San Diego? They get Drew Brees, they get LaDainian Tomlinson, and they had gone through some real tough times before they were able to turn it around. I know this for sure. He's a really good coach, and he has a wonderful system on offense. The defense, they've got to get more from this defense. As you take a look at Trent Green, You give up 41 points on this defense to the Cleveland Brown offense, then I think that's where you have to start looking for some solutions.
So you don't see John Beck as a possibility a week from now when they take on New England?
Well, no, I don't see that simply because Cleo Lemon has been in this offense much longer. He's been in this offensive system for 4 years, 2 years, couple of years in San Diego, and now being reunited with Cam Cameron. There's a tremendous trust between Cam Cameron and Cleo Lemon. I think we've seen him operate this offense very well today. There's no doubt in my mind needs more help from some of the playmakers around him. Ronnie Brown's been great. More importantly, can your defense start to get some turnovers and get some stops on that side of the ball?
Well, Marty Booker slowly making his way to the sideline, walking gingerly with his helmet off. Injuries all throughout this roster, including Trent Green. We know about Zach Thomas missing a couple of games with a concussion. Here's Lemon under a heavy rush and able to get rid of it. Out along the sideline to Derek Hagan. Now the pressure came from Willie McGinnis, who has really stood out on defense today. The veteran who had lost his starting job to Antoine Peak.
Watch the pressure. Both he and Antoine Peak are getting to the quarterback. And what did Romeo Cornell say? I think he challenged these outside linebackers. He said, you know, our lack of sacks over the last couple of weeks really is because our outside linebackers aren't getting home. We're seeing McGinnis, Peak, and Cameron Wembley all getting to the quarterback today.
Now, Wembley has the lone sack for Cleveland. The pressure, though, has been constant. They just haven't finished them off. Here's Lemon. Now, this is going to go down as a sack. Antoine Peak.
If you keep coming, you'll be rewarded. It's just the pressure. He comes from this backside, and watch, he's relentless. They're forcing him to step up in the pocket, and he just goes clear to the other side as he continues the effort, going right over the top and getting the sack.
Now, Miami takes a timeout, 3:09 mark of this fourth quarter. So for Cleveland, you give them a win here, they're 3-3 with the bye. And good timing for the Browns, trying to get Jamal Lewis back on the field. Then at St. Louis, home for Seattle, and then it picks up in the division. Back-to-back road games within the AFC North, at Pittsburgh and at Baltimore before returning home to meet the Houston Texans.
And I got to believe that, obviously, the way St. Louis is struggling, they believe that with 2 weeks of preparation, that's a game they can win and get one game above 500, and then playing host at home right here to Seattle. Got to feel that you can win games at home. That's the thing that Romeo Cornell has been emphasizing with this team, and you saw him take care of business today. Win the home games. If they can pick up 2 more wins and go into that Pittsburgh game at 5-3, well, I think Pittsburgh's going to run into a quite different team than the one they saw the first week of the season.
Now, since going to the playoffs in 2002, the Browns are 21-48, trying to turn it around here in 07. On third down, and Hagan hauls it in for a first down catch inside the 15-yard line. That's a 12-yard hookup. And the drive will continue for Miami.
Hagan, it does make a play, just going to park himself over on the perimeter and drive off the coverage. Eric Wright comes up to make the tackle.
First down from the 14 of the Browns. Lemon on a pump and throw, knocked up and intercepted. Eric Wright, it is the first of his NFL career.
Big time play. Romeo has been talking to the rookie. You know, there's some teams that have been picking on him, and he has been beat while in coverage. Now, see, it's just a cover 2. You turn him loose to the safety, then peel underneath. Able to get the tip. Then he makes the interception. But Romeo has told him, you've got to be ready. They're going to throw it even when you do have them covered in the National Football League. Do not be surprised when the ball is coming your way. You can tell Wright has been listening to his coach and stayed with it and made a play.
So Miami turns it over, and with 2:32 left, the Cleveland Browns will cruise in for their 3rd victory of the season. Hand off to Wright, and he gets pushed down. The ball is loose.
Smart play from Jason Taylor. You close in from the backside, you get the strip. That's going to be a fumble. The ball goes back to Miami.
So back-to-back turnovers as the Browns give it back to the Dolphins.
Watch Jason Taylor clear from the other side. You close it from the backside, ball exposed, strip and rip. You don't have to tell Jason Taylor to do that. Been in the league long enough to understand how to create turnovers and opportunities. 11 years, went to school nearby at the University of Akron.
So Taylor, who had a couple of sacks last week and a forced fumble, he's got a sack this week and a forced fumble and fumble recovery to boot. Dolphins get it back. First down from the 25. Set up the screen. Ronnie Brown leaves his feet and picks up a first down for the Dolphins.
He told you he can run that screenplay, can't he? Comes across the formation. That time, Cleveland Browns didn't pick it up.
And time is going to tick down to the 2-minute warning. Didn't get the play off in time. So the clock stops. 41-24. Browns, they're in control. Miami gave them a scare, but the Browns still maintain a sizable lead. It is the fewest combined career starts in a quarterback matchup this season. Lemon just his second, Anderson his 8th. Anderson has gotten the job done. Lemon has looked comfortable at times and inexperienced other times. He throws to Chris Chambers, and a penalty marker on the play. Holly will be given credit for the stop. Larry Nemmers, 8 penalties today against Miami.
Defense offside. Number 56. That's a 5-yard penalty. It'll remain first down.
And the 5th against the Cleveland Browns here today. So 1:55 to go in this fourth quarter. Todd Grantham's defense, that is still going to be an area of concern for Cleveland hitting the bye week.
Absolutely, and stopping the run has to be a concern. Ronnie Brown, the 6th running back, top 100 yards.
Lemon throws, end zone. Chambers got his hand on it, incomplete in a matchup with Wright.
Give credit to the secondary. They haven't given up a lot of big pass plays in this game, and came into this game allowing 15 touchdown passes, by far the most in the National Football League. This secondary had only given up 20 touchdown passes in all of last year, so to give up 15 coming into week 6, that's rather alarming. They've done a much better job here today.
2nd and 5. Brown by himself in the backfield. Lemon will throw to Brown. Makes a cut, and a spin move will get him to the 4-yard line. Brodney Poole among those there, along with Eric Wright. Timeout called by Miami, and DeQuell Jackson, who has been all over the field, is limping after the play.
And Ronnie Brown refused to go out of bounds. He understands where that first down marker is. Better yet, trying to sniff out the end zone. Spins back inside.
Well, Jackson wants to stay in the game. Timeout called by the Dolphins. Don't forget, second half of our doubleheader. The NFL on CBS, Week 6, New England at Dallas. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms will have the call on that one. Oakland at San Diego. AFC West showdown with the surprise Raiders actually leading the division after the bye week.
How about that? Something tells me San Diego is closing in.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Derek Anderson, notch another win for him in his 8th career start. You know, Anderson admittedly was upset after Charlie Fry was named the starter in the opener. The coach told him, hey, don't get down. 1 week later, the whole situation changed. It was a 180. Charlie Fry is traded to Seattle. Anderson is the starter, and he's held on to that spot since. Lemon, good pass, and hauled in by Martin. Touchdown, Miami.
Have we learned something about Cleo Lemon? Does this kid not have some ability? Much to Romeo Crennel's dismay, they do give up another touchdown pass. Martin's second touchdown of the game, and a wonderful throw. This putting air under it, dropping it in the bucket over the hands of Derek Martin, throwing it to that back pylon. That's your target area, and Martin's able to get there and make the grab.
So with 1:34 left, Jay Feely will add the extra point, and it's a 10-point game. 41-31. And that will be an issue for this Cleveland team. There is no doubt they are capable of going up and down the field. Their passing game has dynamic possibilities, but stopping the run and containing the pass, they've not shown any signs that they can do that with any consistency.
Yeah, they've given up rushing yards. More importantly, they've given up big pass plays for touchdowns. And to give up 2 more passing touchdowns in this game has to be a concern of Romeo Crennel. Said they're going to be able to work on that during the bye week. It's some things that they definitely have to address. But if you're the running backs for the Cleveland Browns, you run the football, hold on to it. Because turnovers right now is the only thing that can give this game away.
This is a Miami team that had scored 97 points in 5 games. They put up 31 here today in Cleveland. Again, Browns are still comfortably in front with 1:34 left, but some troubling signs from this defense throughout the day. So Miami will kick it off. Onside kick is called for here, and try to force the Browns into another turnover to make this one even more interesting.
Special teams do play a part. Talk to Buffalo. Their inability, I should say, to recover an onside kick in the Monday night game really cost them the game against the Dallas Cowboys.
So here's Jay Feely. Bounces it high, and it's caught by the Browns. Steve Hyden, the backup tight end, handles it, and that should do it here in Cleveland.
Joe Jaravish said, thank you. Boy, did Hyden take a lick. He took one for the team, no doubt.
New England at Dallas. It's coming up. Patriots and the Cowboys, and look at the superstars. We'll have it for you here on CBS. Second half of our NFL doubleheader.
Think they'll score some points in that one?
Yeah, I think the numbers that we see here could be
eclipsed, right?
Could be nah, you think?
Close.
New England could put 41 up on Dallas. I don't know if they're going to give up 31. That'll be the question. Wright with a 5-yard gain. And down to 1:20 left for Romeo Crennel and the Browns to move to 3-3 as they hit the bye week.
Boy, after that first week against Pittsburgh, they were calling for Romeo's job. They were upset with this football team. But Romeo, you know, his quiet, confident demeanor has really kept this team together. And the way that he's been able to get Derek Anderson to respond, that's helped to right the ship. Boy, the way that they respond to their head coach here in Cleveland, I think it really has helped them to be able to make some tremendous strides with this football team.
Anderson takes a knee for the Dolphins. It's a home game against New England next week. Miami has matched its worst start in franchise history as the Dolphins fall to 0-6. The Cleveland Browns hit the bye week at 3-3 with a 41-31 victory over the Miami Dolphins. One last snap. And this will be it. For Solomon Wilcots, I'm Ian Eagle. Don't forget, second half of the doubleheader is coming up. The NFL on CBS.
All right, so we welcome those of you who are watching the Cleveland Browns and Miami Dolphins. The Browns improved to 500 with that 10-point victory over the Dolphins. The Dolphins did score 21 points in the second half. Take it away, Dan.
And Derek Anderson, 18 for 25, 245 yards and 3 touchdowns. All of the Braylon Edwards, which ties a franchise record, 3 on the day. The Cleveland Browns totally dominated this game, although the Dolphins came back a little bit in the second half, scored some points, but Cleveland ran away with it.
Browns pick up their third straight home win. That's happened for the first time since 2004. Eagles at Jets. Boomer.
All right, the Jets employed the sneak and lob offense as they now go to 0-8 all-time versus the Eagles. There goes Kevin Curtis, 75-yard touchdown reception right there. This puts Philly up 7-3. Then the Jets go for it, fourth and goal late in the game. There's the lob. It doesn't go. Eric Mangini's team falls to 1-5.
Jets are now 2-24 in the state against the state of Pennsylvania.
This
Bill.
is the play of the game right here. Up 14-10. They run a reverse to Santana Moss. He fumbles the ball. Stripped there by Corey Williams. Charles Woodson picks it up, takes it 57 yards for the touchdown, and a Green Bay victory, 17-14 on that play right there.
All right, 10 seconds left in regulation there. New England, Dallas, quick thoughts.
I like New England. I like their defense. I like Tom Brady. They run away with it.
I like New England. Tom Brady has the best-looking girlfriend in America, so I like New England.
If Dallas will run the football, I think they have a chance to keep the crowd in the game.
I don't think they're going to be able to be patient to hang with New England.
Great games coming up next.
New